In the bulletin this morning, parents of some BEC candidates expressed frustration about the computerized school placement system for failing to place their wards in their preferred schools despite securing excellent grades. Also, President John Dramani Mahama nominates Justice Paul Bafuboni as Chief Justice. Plus, vetting of new Patriotic Party flag bearer hopefuls continues today after Kennedy Japan Dr. Balmia faced the committee yesterday. Also coming up, Black Stars to play Central African Republic in their next World Cup qualifiers on October 8. Welcome to the program. Let's get into the details of the story. Starting from here, as parents of some candidates of this year's Basic Education Certificate examination have chastised the computerized school placement system for failing to place their wards into their preferred schools despite securing excellent grades. For Beatrice Bilsing, for instance, it's Holy Child Senior High School for her daughter or nothing else. Judge Quaining was at the Nat Hall in Accra and reports.
The Education Ministry says 82% of students have successfully been placed. 15-year-old Shannon Wedi Mensah is one of them, but she's not pleased with her placement. Her first choice is Holy Child Senior High School, but she has been placed in Winneba Senior High School. With her aggregate 8, she feels cheated just like her mother.
I want him to change it. That's why I'm here with my mother.
So what if it doesn't happen?
It will surely happen.
No, what if it doesn't happen?
It will happen.
No, let's. Yeah.
I guess I would have nothing to do about that because we have tried our best.
But don't you think it's also high time for us to go like, okay, Holy Child is not bad, but let's also go to these schools that we think is not, grade A and start from the scratch and make it still. Because you're a smart girl, that's what you're telling me.
Okay, for that one, maybe if others are interested. But for me, I don't think I'll try that.
Nothing will stop the mother from ensuring her daughter is well placed.
I don't think she deserved a second choice. 8 is good, so they should do something about it because for 8 and second choice, no. Although Winneba is not bad, but no.
This young girl would not budge. No matter the level of persuasion by her mother, Wesley Girls Senior High School will forever be her dream school. Across the length and breadth of the Nat Hall, you could see a parent trying to talk their ward out of the entrenched position on their preferred school.
Parents and wards continue to be sieged at the Nat Hall to ensure that placement issues are resolved. Until these issues are resolved amicably, the story will be the same each and every day.
She's 15. The school she chose, they didn't even give her one. They sent her to Ho as a day student. I mean, a 15-year-old child cannot be on her own. And I can't leave that child to live there vulnerably. Already under my eyes, I need to keep, eyes on her. How much more I leave her to go and be on her own and go to school.
Me base on grade 10. Mama for a C school 4th choice. But na to Kumasi echi.
My child had aggregate 10 and was given his 4th choice in the Ashanti region. The process is frustrating.
Me choose St. John's. I want to say in the grade in the 10 no St. John's onya.
And you'll be an a boarding school. And I was send a madenu. At least on your day back.
Not every parent wants a boarding school. At least our children must be placed in their preferred choice.
Take you so weeks. Maybe 1 month.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Okulu couldn't have said it any better, but assured that issues would be resolved amicably.
We all have a preferred choice. The fact that you didn't get your preferred choice doesn't mean. I recall that was about 2 years ago. My daughter needed to go to St. Rose's. In fact, they didn't get St. Rose's, so I was given an option, and why not? I took that option, and now he has gotten a school. It doesn't mean that the fact that you want preferred choice, you don't get, your child wouldn't get placement. No, she will definitely get a school to attend.
A total of 603,328 candidates sat for this year's BECE, comprising 297,250 males and 306,078 females, with exams conducted at 2,237 centers nationwide.
Students are expected in schools on the 18th of October. Hopefully, some of these 13 challenges are resolved before school reopens next month. Judge Quaining, TV3 News, Nat Hall, Accra.
And still on education-related matters, the Teachers and Educational Workers Union have embarked on a demonstration following its announcement of a nationwide strike action on September 19. The national executives, during a press conference, urged members from across the country to stay home and pledged to suspend their strike only after all their demands are met. Nura Mohammed has more in this report.
Convening at University of Ghana, executives and members of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union (TEWU) reiterated the reason behind their strike. Some of the concerns mentioned included promotion delays, poor working conditions, and the renewal of their conditions of service. The National Chairperson Salamatu Mahama Brima refuted the National Labour Commission (NLC's) claims to have sent a letter to the union and declared that their strike action is legal.
Until we conclude and sign the conditions of service, we will not come to work. NLC's letter, I will say categorically clear that we haven't received any letter from NLC. And NLC themselves know that we have gone through the rules. It is never illegal. We have given you the chronology of the events. So if NLC is writing to us, why are they writing to us?
Leading the demonstration charge was the local chairman of the UG chapter of TEWU, who complained of neglect by the government despite the union's compliance with all the rules of engagement.
Condition of service is a basic document that binds everybody in any institution. So as we are speaking, our condition of service of public universities has expired. And for that matter, we are supposed to meet government to have a negotiation on the issue. We have all whatever means that we have to use to make sure that we meet government has not proven well. We have met severally. We have even been forced to go to Labour Commission for almost 5 times. So now what we have gotten to is that there's no way we can continue on with what is happening now. So we have taken a decision that until government meet us to look at this issue, we are not going to work. To us, we would not blame fair wages, we blame the Ministry of Finance, because we have had a lot of engagement with fair wages. And fair wages themselves, you know, they have not been saying anything about this because they have been fed up, because they have a lot of engagement with them. And where we have gotten to, there's nothing they can do again but to just, the Minister of Finance should do what is needful and let us meet and have the discussion. It's about discussion.
The strike action is expected to continue until the union is satisfied with the government's response, and its members have expressed readiness to see it to its end. Nura Mohammed, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, the Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment is urging striking members of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union to return to the negotiation table.
They need something concrete, and we are going to do something concrete for them. They want a situation where the difference between the teaching staff and then the workers be narrowed, and they want to make sure the allowances that are supposed to be paid to narrow that gap are also supported. And we are looking at it. But you see, economic decisions are not taken overnight. They are taken within a space of time, because every single decision has a consequence on the total output in the budget. And so before a budget is read, a lot of things are taken into consideration. If they were not taken into consideration and the budget was read, you will have to wait for a period. But in their case, after I had a meeting with the minister, it's virtually discussed and virtually coming to a conclusion about what they want. So I didn't expect them to go on strike now. I expected them to resort back to us for us to take very concrete steps they can show to their leadership, their members, that this is the point we have gotten up to. They will be resolved. It shouldn't be because of strike. I want us to work out in a situation for them to appreciate that we too are concerned about the welfare of the workers. We are a social democratic party. We care about the worker. We will make sure that the worker is safe, sound, and committed to his work, because that defines the nation's progress.
And away from the striking workers, President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 1441 of the Constitution, appointed His Lordship Justice Paul Bafaboni as the new Chief Justice following the removal of Gertrude Tokonu for stated misbehavior. His name has, in accordance with law, been submitted to the Council of State for consideration. A statement issued and signed by the Minister of Government Communication, Felix Kwachiofosu, said Justice Bafoboni has, throughout his distinguished judicial career, served with diligence and integrity at the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and currently the Supreme Court. He has made invaluable contributions to the development of Ghanaian jurisprudence. Now, in a significant shift from the popular call for an outright ban, some environmental watchers have urged government to adopt a gradual phasing out of plastic, citing the severe economic disruptions an immediate ban could trigger. They emphasize the need for a well-structured roadmap to guide the transition.
The environmentalists argued that an abrupt ban would have devastating consequences for a vast network of businesses, from major manufacturers to small-scale vendors. Instead, head of the Social Division at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, Professor Simon Bawakwelenu, called for a strategic and sustainable approach that would see plastic use decrease over time while simultaneously promoting the widespread adoption of biodegradable alternatives.
The consumers will be worried. If you talk about ban, the producers will be worried. But if we have a roadmap to phasing it out, it is more appealing roadmap to phase out plastics and have in place biodegradable material rather than just the ban on plastics. And I think when we use such language, it gives more confidence.
He also called for a carrot and stick approach in addressing plastic waste.
Producers will have to see the need to begin to shift to the biodegradable because there is an incentive for you to shift, all right? And we can also do that. Of course, the command and control one is if we are not shifting, then these are the penalties. We have multiple approaches rather than just a one-fix-all approach.
Executive Director at the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, SEMSE, Benjamin Insia, wants government to include measures in the plastic management framework that will deter people from the single use of plastic.
Get it at zero cost. They'll continue to change plastic anytime they procure certain goods or commodities. But if you begin to introduce certain polluter pay principle, certain environmental taxes on plastic, we think that plastic is likely going to become a very expensive. And most vendors who maybe supply goods using plastic will begin to rethink and change behavior. And also most people who may even buy goods and then put them in plastic will also change behavior.
A gradual phase out would provide sufficient time for the market to adjust and for consumers to embrace new habits, making the transition to a plastic-free future a shared national project rather than a government-imposed hardship.
Now moving on, the Electoral Commission has declared Professor Alidu Siedu Mahama as the Member of Parliament for the Tamale Central constituency in accordance with CI 127. Professor Alidu Siedu went unopposed after the close of nominations by the Electoral Commission on Sunday, September 21, after a 10-day extension.
The Tamale Central constituency seat became vacant following the unfortunate demise of late Member of Parliament for the constituency, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, in a military helicopter crash on Wednesday, August 6. The NDC opened nominations for party members to contest in a parliamentary primary. Professor Alidu Siedu was among 11 other aspirants who contested the NDC parliamentary primary. He subsequently won the parliamentary primary after polling 840 votes and was subsequently declared as the party's parliamentary candidate.
By these votes, and going by the simple majority, it is my pleasure to declare Professor Siedu Mahama Alidu as the candidate-elect for the NDC for the parliamentary election in Tamale Central.
Professor Alidu Siedu and the NDC picked and filed nominations after the Electoral Commission opened nominations. The Electoral Commission extended the deadline for picking and filing nominations after two individuals who earlier picked nominations to contest the by-election later pulled out. On Sunday, September 21, the extended deadline by the Electoral Commission for filing nomination for Tamale Central by-election ended at 5 p.m. with no one picking nominations to contest Professor Ali Dusedu of the NDC. On Tuesday, September 23, and in accordance with CI 127, the Electoral Commission declared Professor Ali Dusedu Mahama as Member of Parliament-elect for the Tamale Central by-election.
As it stands, it means that only Professor Ali Dusedu Mahama stands nominated. And according to the CI 127, in view of this, I, Muniru Musa, returning officer for the Tamale Central constituency, in working with CI 127, hereby declared Professor Alidu Seidu Mahama as the MP-elect for the Tamale Central constituency.
Some residents have been sharing their expectations of the Member of Parliament-elect.
I would like to also use this opportunity to appeal to the President, as I already mentioned, to consider Professor Alidu in his government so that he will be able to offer the young men and women in the constituency jobs, so that will encourage them to support our party well in coming elections.
He knows that Tamale is a strong hold for NDC, especially this Tamale Central, and we are urging the President to help us through so that Professor Alidu can fulfill his promise that he promised Tamale Central.
I believe those who propose Honorable Professor Alidu, they knew what he has done and what he can do, and they thought that he will be the best person to fit that position. So we believe that, and we trust that Honorable Professor Alidu Seidu will not fail the people of Tamale.
And still in politics, the voting process has officially begun for presidential aspirants of the new patriotic party. Former Vice President Dr. Bawumia and former MP Kennedy Japan, they were first voted at the party headquarters. There's more in this report.
Today marks day one for the voting of presidential aspirants vying for the new patriotic party's flag bearer position for the 2028 general elections. Currently, 5 persons have officially picked up nomination forms expressing their willingness to lead the party in the next 4 years, each bearing a unique set of skills they hope to bring to full fruition if given the nod. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former Vice President under former President Kufuor's administration, brings on board extensive experience in economic policy and digital transformation. For him, this may likely be his second attempt at the presidency under the MPP after suffering a defeat in the 2024 general elections. Also vying for the position is Kennedy Japan, former Tamale Central MP and businessman with a strong populist appeal. Known for his fiery commentary and outspoken nature, he is confident this time of leading the party after securing about 37% of delegate votes in the 2023 presidential primary campaign. Vying for the third time, however, is former MPP General Secretary Engineer Kwabena Ejapong, with over 3 decades of experience in party politics and technology integration. Over the next few days, the vetting committee will assess the candidate's political vision, leadership credentials, and strategies to unite the party. If cleared, they will proceed to ballot for the MPP's flag bearership contest scheduled for January 31, 2026. Generally, aspirants often make it through the vetting process except for the case of Nkrabea Ifadate, who in 2007 was disqualified by the party after vetting. Ahead of the primaries, aspirants will be allowed to petition the committee with any issues between September 30 and October 3, 2025. Announcement and publication of qualified aspirants will be done on October 8, 2025, and the balloting of positions will be done on October 10. All in all, the vetting process is expected to be rigorous, with the committee scrutinizing the candidates' qualifications, integrity, and suitability for the presidency. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Away from that, the Black Stars will continue their push for the place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup when they lock horns with the Central African Republic in their penultimate group qualifier on October 8. The crucial encounter is scheduled for the El Abdi Stadium in Morocco, and Ghana chasing a fifth World Cup appearance and know that maximum points against the Wild Beast will be pivotal in keeping their campaign on course. Ghana currently sits among the leading contenders in the group, but with just 2 matches left to play, the margin for error is extremely slim. That's our package for you this morning, but there's always more news on our website, 3news.com. I am Noble Crosby, and a new day is after this. Have a great morning. Bye-bye.
mentioned yesterday about the UCC and that clash. So we tried to sort it out.
With GTech.
Exactly,
With GTech
yes.
as well. But the students also haven't been happy in many respects,
yes,
right?
Yes. But it looks like the parties are looking at backdoor conversations rather than this hard court, way of dealing with things. So let's see how things go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that said, let me say good morning to you, Dominic Champong of the Adresso constituency. You're right here in Accra. Good morning to you as well. John Agringi, your wife is called Juliet, and all of you are in Kumasi. Wishing you all the best for the day. And, Don Schultz, Elijah Deku, good morning to you as well. But my regular people, Aaron Brasu got married over the weekend. And so congratulations to you and your wife, Aaron Brasu. I couldn't be there because I was unwell. So please, I apologize to you. But Chairman Godwin Tamaklo, the Group Chief Executive for the RAID Group, as well as all those who tend to watch us, we're grateful. But today we have some interesting highlights. For big issues, we have a number of discussions on the plate. You would know the opposition New Patriotic Party, they staged some demonstrations over a number of actions. They say they have grievances. The government of the day, they claim, is intimidating them. And more importantly, they also raise issues about Galamsey, the efforts of the president, in relation to what the narrative was in opposition, what could have been done or is being done while he's in office. I don't know what you think of it as well, but please make sure you join us, because on the first of our related subjects, we'll be talking about many other issues, and it concerns the court as well, because you know that the Attorney General is seeking the Supreme Court interpretation on the former CJ's removal as a Supreme Court Justice. And you know there's been this whole controversy that you've been removed as the Chief Justice. Can you still serve as a Justice of the Supreme Court?
Indeed.
And it's something,
it's come up very strongly.
The jury is still out there, but we've had a number of interpretation from some cases by way of precedent already by some jurists, but also practitioners. I don't know what you think about it.
I'm intrigued by the decision of the AG to go to the Supreme Court, because just last week, the dismissed CJ, Gertrude Tokonu, went to the High Court herself, filing a case against her removal as a Justice of the Supreme Court, because she felt all the complaints against me were for my removal as a CJ. So how does it affect me? So she's at a lower court, and the AG has gone a step higher, going to the Supreme Court to seek interpretation. Does it mean that removing her as a CJ is also, equal to she being sacked as a...
I don't know how it's going to be, though. You're Justice of the Supreme Court, and you were presiding, Chief Justice, you're removed, then you still be in the panel.
Yeah.
Because now, we know that the president has not nominated, and by way of what the Constitution mandates, the new nominated Chief Justice, who currently, though, that same person acting, will have to appear before the Appointments Committee of Parliament. Is that not it?
And now, the person who was acting has been confirmed by the president. He's been nominated as the Chief Justice. So it's
That's Justice Paul Bafuboni. Congratulations to you, though, Justice Paul Bafuboni.
It really brings an interesting twist to this conversation. And he's also somebody that the dismissed Chief Justice had issues with during the process. So, okay, let's see how things go.
I see. You're a bit wishy-washy because you don't want to commit yourself, is that not? But we have cash out. It goes with the short code *439#. And so for individuals who tend to watch us like, Delight Mojaka, please make sure you choose option 2. We have 10,000 Ghana cedis going to 10 people. So this is what you need to do. Increase the number of tickets you have, or choose option 2, increase the number of tickets you have, become one of those lucky winners. As always, if you increase your stake, you become lucky as well. One person who is from the UK watching us currently still doesn't know how cash out is played. Prince Nani out York. So we'll see how that goes. And so we'll see how that goes for well. But again, let me make this announcement. Please cash out *439#, choose option 2, increase the number of tickets you have, and please let us know what you think. But also just to make this announcement, Johnny Hughes is on a 10-day leave. Okay, he may take the 11th day, 12 days. You know, it depends on the 10th day, how you feel coming on the 11th day. It happens to all of us. So Johnny's bite will not be on for the next 10 days. But don't worry. I mean 10 working days. I don't mean plus the weekend and all that. You know that we don't tend to do that as well. So please make sure you join us. Let's have some great conversations.
Indeed.
But for this morning segment, what do you think?
Yes, I mean, the confirmation of Justice Bafuboni
As being the nominated?
Yes,
Okay.
as the CJ, because last week when we had that conversation, the other side of it was, why don't we wait until the CJ is done with her court case before we select a substantive Chief Justice. Now he's been nominated by the president, and so that's why I was saying earlier that it brings an interesting twist to this whole battle or litigation. Let's see how things go, and let's hear from you. What do you think really about what's going on and any other issue that we've brought to you, especially this morning, because we also heard from some parents, and I was quite proud of the parents we spoke to. Their children did quite well, 8 ones, 10, and all of that, and having concerns that their children are not getting at least their first two, between first and
You're talking
third
about
choices.
the placement.
The placement, yes. So, I mean, if you're a parent and you have concerns as well, share with us. Exactly.
Well.
And
so
let's
we
see.
have a two-pronged question.
Yes.
Right. One on the nomination of Justice Paul Bafuboni as well as Chief Justice.
Yes.
And then
the school placement. Yes.
Right.
So it would be great to hear from you what you think and your own challenges. Over the last few days, we've had people expressing their challenges as well. Perhaps you have been able to solve your problem as well. Let's hear from you, so at least the people doing the placement know that they are doing some fantastic
Keep it twisted. Yeah, you're just looking radiant, beautiful. But keep it on. Let me see. Charlie, I love your smile.
Oh, thank you.
Bring her some tea. Save the date.
Are you listening?
Okay, so our question of the day for this morning segment is, what do you make of a school placement if you're a parent, but also the nomination by the president? Of course, the Constitution then mandates that the acting Chief Justice, now to be substantive, Justice Paul Bafuboni.
I know that you're yearning to tell us what's on your mind regarding Bafuboni, who's been nominated as the CJ, and of course the school placement as well. We have a first caller getting through to us. Hello, good morning to you, sir, ma'am. Tell us where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I am good, and you?
Yes, I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. Tell us what's on your mind.
Okay, please extend my greeting to Kukiti.
Okay.
And because now they have not been seeing her.
She definitely will hear. I'm sure she's heard.
Okay. This morning, I want to say that everyone in Ghana needs to know something about the law. Everyone in Ghana needs to be favored by the law or protected by the law. Let me put it that way. Today, the Chief Justice who has been sacked, let me put it that way, talk on. I want to say that in this life, if you are working for government agency, it's like being bought a taxi, given to you as a commercial driver to drive. Anytime the owner wants a car, he or she can take it. And you'll be like a passenger who was on the roadside asking for a taxi to take you. So when you are given a position to lead, you shouldn't think that you are above everybody. I applaud John Dramani Mahama making Bafuboni become a Chief Justice. Even at all, former President Akufo-Addo was not fair to this man who had just been nominated, because he was a senior before this league. And if you go to the Constitution, the president is there. Why then that you went and choose somebody, the junior, before the senior? Is it fair? In Akan, they have a saying that what is the meaning? If an elderly who qualified to lead a position is there. Why do you have to choose the nurse to be a chief? Doesn't make sense. And again, I want to give her the opportunity. I'm looking for a lawyer. Once she has been sacked from being a justice, I can ask her to be my lawyer. So I can give her something at the end of the day. So you should go and set up a chamber so that we come and support her. For her to be telling us she wants to be in the bench again, I think it is very unfair. And it doesn't make sense too. And the school placement too, I don't have issue with it today because Ghana Education Service has done well. Nowadays, they don't ask us to be walking to the school for prospectus. Wherever you are, they give you the opportunity just to download the form, fill it. The day of the opening, you go. By that time, you have bought all your items. I think the Education Service, Honorable Harun Edusu, have done well, and we implement our pack. But I am telling them that there are some people who have started doing something. That if you want a placement, they are collecting 6,000. What kind of wickedness is that? If anyone is caught, they should sentence the person, not be the right and what. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Quite expressive man there, giving us his views on both issues. Yes.
Well, so again, the phone lines are open. Just in case you have any comments, you can pass through those comments onto not only WhatsApp console platform, but also across our social media platforms as well. And a couple of you already bringing, this one is coming from J. Chum, who says that Justice Tokono was served her own dose of medicine. She also has the right, as enjoined by the Constitution, to seek redress in courts if she feels aggrieved. The president did the right thing. He didn't take the decision. He only acted on advice of the Council of States and then the final verdict of a committee set up according to you. And please, the phone lines are still opened. And do we have a caller now?
Yeah, we do. Right. Hi, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on New Day today. Tell us your name and where you're calling from and your issue.
Good morning. My name is Bessie.
Your name is, I beg your pardon? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, your name again, sir, and where you're calling from?
My name is Bessie, calling from Wolensi.
Okay. Hello, sir. Please go ahead.
I want to also comment on the newly appointed.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
I think we need to applaud Janama for appointing Bafobona as the new CJ. Because if you are being a government worker, you need to be very careful whatever you are doing. And you don't have to behave as if you are the God. Because if you look at the CJ who has just been sacked, all the cases that she was doing, I don't think it was fair. It was not fair to all the cases that she sat on. Because, again.
All right, so we lost him there from Walensee. Thank you so much for calling us. And I mean, he's the second person saying that when you're appointed into a public space, you need to know that you're just serving is for a period. And so you need to be mindful of what you're doing with the power and authority giving you so that posterity will judge you well.
Well, everybody has an opinion, but one opinion is coming from Sherry Giovanni. Good morning to you, Samuel. Says that the learned Justice Bafuboni's nomination isn't a surprise at all. It is obvious because President Mahama said appointment to the judiciary will be based on seniority, and he's the senior most at the court. I hope he speaks his mind and acts on his convictions, not to become a party surrogate. Good morning to Miss Susie Shika Adanu. And we have more callers.
Yes, Sadat from Tamale. Good morning to you, Sadat. Tell us.
Well, good morning.
Yes, tell us what's on your mind today. I hope you're well, first of all.
Yes, inshallah, we are doing well, inshallah.
Great.
What I would say is that I'll say good morning to all the viewers of TV3 and saying a big thank you to President Mahama for changing us. Is it a qualified CG? Because the former CG was not qualified to be a CG. Because look at the way she was leading Ghana to was not helpful. If you were given the mandate to provide justice to the people of Ghana, and she was rather making things for her own, it wasn't fair to us. But it's just that Ghana has become a place where people can just decide to use their power to do whatever they want to do. That was why she was doing that, because of she was noted by MPP. So whatever she would do, she would make it to be like it will be favor of MPP, but not Ghana, which was not good. So we say thank you for President Mahama for making Ghana giving the opportunity to make things on point. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Sadat, calling from Tamale.
Sadat with that comment as well. PHK says that the president, God bless him for being bold by releasing Tokonu from her position. Congratulations to the new Chief Justice nominee. Wishing him as he faces the appointment committee of Parliament, and ends by saying the law is the law. It is finished. PHK. Hashtag.
A lot of people are quoting
Prince Nana York, who, good morning to you, Prince, as well. Currently in Kumasi, visiting from the UK. All his classmates, please call him. He's in Ghana. Go and harass him. And they say, and he says that good morning, Beatrice and Paparo. The former Chief Justice wants to challenge the law, so we should let her do same. But it will be intriguing to see how the Supreme Court interprets her case, especially if it results in her dismissal from her dual roles. Regarding school placement, we should let the system function as intended. Once a student is assigned a school, the placement should be permanent. Additionally, both so-called Class A and Class B schools should have equally qualified teachers and capable students.
Indeed, that's a great comment there as well. Let's go to Abubakar. Good morning to you, Abubakar. Tell us where you're calling from and which of the issues. Okay, Abubakar, please go ahead. Good morning.
There are important issues in Ghana. There is something happening to Ghanaian farmers. I never heard you talk on it. So maybe if you are not aware, I am drawing your attention to some important issues happening in Ghana within the farming communities. So you should have a look to it, and you can speak for Ghanaian farmers. How can you have maize to sell it about 250 cities, 300 cities, which you were selling about 1,200 or 1,000 cities? Today you have to sell it about 250 cities, and there is nobody buying it. How can you survive as a farmer? So please, the farming communities, we are dying. We are dying. You can't do anything again. Even though you will sell it to us, if you are on the roadside to buy food, the price is high. You have to buy fertilizer, 500 cities, which you used to buy 450. Condemn 50 cities, 40 cities. All the price of the distance that we are buying to produce, it keeps going up. The price of food is going down to the extent that you can't even do anything again. But even 250, 300, nobody is buying. So as a farmer, how can you survive? So please, TV3, this matter is a matter that you have to talk about it. Thank you.
Right. Are you still on?
Yeah. Yes, I'm still on.
Okay, I know that there was a release or press statement from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And of course, it was issued by the ministry's public relations unit. They did indicate that they've noticed it seems to be glut or excessive production, so to speak, within this farming season. As a result of that, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is indicating that they anticipated this. So they have empowered the National Food Buffer Stock Company. So they've allocated a lot of resources for them to be able to offtake or purchase your produce. I don't know whether that gives you some level of consolation.
Oh, for that one, I'm not aware of it.
Okay, it just came within the wee hours of yesterday, just before the close of the news day. So just to inform you, I'm sure that, but we will follow up on this very subject, okay? And so, okay. So we'll go to the farming communities and get to know what the latest is, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think one other issue he's also raising is the pricing, because they used to sell it at 1,000 cedis and now it's around 200
It's a demand and supply situation.
Yeah.
So if you overproduce, it also means that there's excessive supply of the product and then the demand is low. So certainly you have to reduce your price. And if people don't want to offtake, you even have to reduce it even further.
Yeah,
so
but there has to be a way the buffer stock company can come in to at least give them a kind of win-win pricing, as it were, so that nobody loses. Yes.
Well, I agree with you. And you'll find that there was even an indication earlier where the Member of Parliament for, is it okay for Frimpong? Was raising issues about some tomato produce for which we had the directive from, was it Chief of Staff, who said they should go and buy. And then there was also an indication as well that people are overproducing, or we have excessive harvesting, so to speak. We'll get to find out whether that is the true picture and what needs to be done. But I think that this coming from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and the Minister himself is something that perhaps could come in handy as well.
Yeah, let's go to Kojo now. Good morning to you, Kojo. Tell us where you're calling from. What's your issue today?
Good morning. My name is Kojo, calling from Tabora.
Tabora?
Tabora number 4, to be precise. I would like to comment on the school placement. All the parents in Ghana think that the grade A school are the best. But now we have qualified teachers in almost all the secondary school in Ghana. And then the problem that they are facing is that when they are coming to choose the schools, if they come and you are advising them, maybe your child cannot fit into this school, they don't understand. And then there are criteria that you must follow when choosing the schools. If they come and you advise them, they don't listen. When they go and choose, how can you go and choose? I listened to your station, or did the news yesterday and this one. A child had what? 08. And this morning, because you were saying that it was 8-1. It wasn't 8-1. It was 08. If it is 8-1, then it's supposed to be 06. If you get 8-1, the grade is what? 06. That was 08. And then this grade 8 schools, they start from what? 10-1s, 9-1s, 8-1s, and what? 7-1s before they come to other grades. Maybe that place is full. You said, you know what? You have been placed in Uniba. You say you don't want to. You understand? And Uniba also is equally what? A good school. And that is the problem that they are facing. Because they don't want to what? Know that in Ghana, we have what? Good teachers. One of the years, at Tamale Central Secondary School, a day student top the whole Ghana. What about that one? A day student top Wasi, top the whole Ghana. Did that boy go to grade A school? No. Thank you for having me this training. That's what I would like to say.
Well, thank you very much.
I really loved his insistence on a day student, student. But I think that yesterday I was discussing this on a platform yesterday, that we seem to have created a culture where we have certain affinity or closeness to reputable institutions, schools, people, etc. It's something that it seems to be in our society.
Yeah.
So I made an argument that if you have Infantipim School, and you create an annex or an extended campus, let's say in Winneba, even though Infantipim is in Cape Coast, and you call it Infantipim School, people will choose Infantipim School, or they would want to go to Infantipim School.
Yes.
You get the point I'm making.
Yes.
And then people have it in their mind that they want to travel to go to school, like boarding school.
Yes.
And it's because of certain excesses that is why people are compelled to go to a day school. Because those are preferences that people make. But I think when you speak to most parents, the preferences will be for their children to go to a boarding school.
Yes.
Even if the school is in the same town.
But that's the point he's making earlier, that the quote-unquote over-selectiveness of parents is really what is pushing us into
so
this
we need
problem.
To change the
because
policy, really.
yes, the
and
schools,
then reorient our
yes,
mind.
all the schools have very good teachers, and so you shouldn't be bothered that your child is not getting whichever school that you thought of. And every teacher or every school has a good teacher, so just accept whatever it is that your child has been given. We have another caller on the line. Let's hear what he has to tell us this morning. Good morning to you, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Papa West.
Hello?
Yes, I'm Dennis, calling from Papa West.
Yes, sir, Dennis.
Yes, so the farmer who called, the man who called about the pricing of the maize, and I wanted to talk about it. Last year, for example, during the farming season, we all were in the country when they were talking about shortages that are about to come because the places of Papa West, for example, we're not getting maize because of the drought. This year, last year's maize is what we are getting this year. So all of a sudden, they are talking about so much maize that we have. Where did the maize come from? I'm a farmer myself, and I'm facing the same situation that we have. We bought fertilizers at a higher price. This year, we couldn't farm the farming we are supposed to do. So where did they get the maize they are talking about, that their excess maize that Bapa must now absorb? We are not getting the money that we even invested in the farms last year to even do the same this year. So I'm even surprised how we have not even harvested our maize this year. So where are they getting the maize that they are talking about being in excess?
You think people hoarded the maize last year?
Last year's maize is even sitting in my house right now that I'm not able to sell because the prices are so low. I'm thinking it should go up a little bit. Yes. So last year's maize are sitting with me right now. And not only me, friends that are also farming are having similar maize sitting down because the price has reduced so low. So I'm wondering why they are talking about that they are excess maize. They should tell us where they got the excess maize from. That now Buffer stock was mobile. They can send people to Upper West to come and invest. In fact, we are known to produce about 50% of the maize that Ghana is consuming. So let somebody come and investigate. Because this, what we are talking about, it doesn't really add up. We are losing. We can't even farm the same acres we farmed last year. Fertilizer price is so high. One bag of maize cannot buy a fertilizer. One bag of maize cannot buy a fertilizer.
How
do you do that? Last year I spent close to 50,000 on my farm. I didn't even get 5,000 this year.
I think Roland
wants. How do they tell us that demand and supply issues? It doesn't add up.
Alaji.
Thank you.
Are you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line.
So as somebody who is into farming and having invested in this all this while, what's your explanation for the low prices your commodities are getting this season?
You see, most of the things that we are hearing currently is that there was a lot of maize that was stored last 2 years. Maize that was brought into the country. You understand? Now, if you open Burkina border right now, you know Burkina border was closed at a certain point. Now, if you open it right now, Burkina have got maize sitting there. They have subsidies for fertilizer in their country. Of course, their maize will be cheaper than maize that is in the country. So once you open and it comes in, we cannot compete with the Burkina their maize. If you want our maize to be the same price as Burkina maize, then you need to subsidize our fertilizer here so that we can compete equally. But what do we use our money to farm? And then fertilizer is more than what we even sell the maize. Burkina people bring their maize at 350. Of course, we will buy the Burkina maize. and we will be at a loss.
Okay,
And
so
we are the same people
you're attributing are you attributing the current phenomenon you're facing by way of the low prices for your produce to the imports? Is that what I get from your submission?
That is one of the issues that we are supposed to look at, because the other thing is that if government really wants to help the farmers, then they should be subsidizing for fertilizer also for us, so we can compete very well with other people that are also importing into the country. I know we cannot stop Burkinas from bringing maize into the country, but we can also compete very well with them by adding up to them. You understand what I mean? I mean, if a government outside Ghana is buying tractors for their farmers, and we are renting tractors to farm, and the is bringing maize to us, it will be cheaper. So they are not helping, but telling us that there is enough maize. There cannot be enough maize when we are having the maize sitting in the house that people are not buying, and you are buying maize from outside. It doesn't help us. And next year, that is what I am telling you myself right now. If the trend should continue, I may not be able to farm next year.
Okay, so there was excessive maize import into Ghana over the last year or two?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you can do your check and balances and find out.
What we will ask you, for our producers to take your number directly. So stay on the line so that we take your number directly, okay? So that we'll pass it on to the news team, and we'll see how we can deal with this. Again, I have to attribute it to a demand and supply situation.
Yes, but he gives us a bit more of context.
And then says that the cost of production is very high for them as locals.
Yes, so beyond, for me, what I'm looking at is beyond the buffer stock conversation that we were having earlier, there's a need for the Agric Minister, Eric Opoku, believe that he's watching, or somebody will be able to pass on the information to him and his deputy, Domelu, to really think about how they can deal with the input, the fertilizers and the rest, so they are able to have...
So that they can show up.
Exactly, yes, because if you're buying your cost of production is more than what you get, then... Like you just heard him, if the trend continues, then there's no incentive to want to continue because you're at a loss. Yes, so hopefully they're able to look into it and deal with the problem. Because if they decide not to produce, you're going to have scarcity eventually. And that will be another problem that I don't think the government wants to deal with now.
Oh, subsidies, subsidies.
So let's go to another caller who is joining us. Good morning to you, sir. Yes. Hello, sir. Can you hear us?
Yes, please, I can.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, I'm Dominic Kakudu, calling from Asante Bekwai. Let me use this opportunity to thank our able president from Germany, Mama, for the wonderful delivery at New York yesterday. My this morning issue has to do with the maize issue. The maize issue actually has affected up north. You see, fertilizer is high. It is going as low as 400, 500 units. Meanwhile, it will take you about 2 bags of fertilizer, which costs total of about 1,010 to get 1 bag of maize, which costs just 500 Ghana cedis. You see the difference in the pricing. You see, the farmer stands to lose about 500 Ghana cedis, not even make a gain. And the other issue has to do with the TG's removal. The CJ's removal is to me, it's in order, and the CJ has challenged it several times without success. For the government appointing a new one, the issue now, the government needed not to wait because the CJ is not challenging his removal her removal at the Supreme Court, at the High Court, but challenging her removal at a court of as a lead,
Supreme Court, yes, a justice of the Supreme Court.
Yes, and this one, you see, it's like saying that you've lost the case as a landlord, and you want to say that I want to own the house. How does it happen? You get it. On the case of the school placement, I think that if all parents agree that, if government agree that all schools are well equipped, then there should be no need to categorize them. What is good for the Uganda is good for the girls. You see, every student deserves better. Even if someone gets a grade 20, and get Hashimoto or Crispet, and someone gets sick and gets somewhere, I think the system should be allowed to function as it is doing. You get it? So that is it. Let me also use the opportunity to extend my request for electricity for the people of the Wanri community. For the past, since 2016, these people have been sleeping in darkness. Students are unable to study at night. You see, it will surprise you to know that people are still using kerosene and lantern to study in Ghana. So I'm sending this request. I'm sending my request to your TV station, and then also calling on our MP, Ayamba, Haja Ayamba, to come to the aid of the people. She should lobby, at least the energy minister and things. They should lobby to bring all those things to the community. You see, so that students can study, join the digital drive. Thank you for the opportunity.
Quite a number of issues are coming through from him.
He seems to have a litany of issues.
Yes.
But on the subject of the farmer production debate,
yes.
As somebody who I know is into farming, into the value chain of agriculture over the last 20 years, Godwin, also mainly based in the north, the producer areas, has this to say. He says, to be very honest with you, most farmers are their own problems. They are right and wrong in the same context. Most of them keep their produce or grains waiting for higher price when they keep thinking people will rush to them to buy at their own price, which this time around hasn't worked. Just imagine you wanted to buy maize and you are told the price has gone high due to some other reasons. Then maize is important to flood the nation. Then boom, farmers will now start crying for buyers. I've been trying to call in but can't get through. And then Majina also sent a certain perspective. Says that my concern is this: when a farmer decides to keep his maize in the hope of getting a better price, and later the price reduces, who should really be blamed? Should we put it all on the farmer for taking that risk, or should we look at the broader system? Market forces for one, government policies, and even the role of middlemen who sometimes exploit the situation. He continues, I think the discussion must go beyond individual choices and focus on how to build structures that protect our farmers from such losses. And again, let me put this into, okay. So the Honorable Joe Bidwansa, again, and the whole family of, that is Joe Bidwansa, the former member of parliament, well, they buried or laid to rest the mother over the weekend. I wasn't able to attend because I was unwell. That's Madam Janet Gomez, Mrs. Janet Bidwansa, and she was 86. And so let me again say condolences to the family. I wasn't able to attend because I'm unwell, but he just sent me the Honorable Joe Bidwansa, wishing you all the best for the day as well. And this one is also coming from Kwame Boating, who says that the farmers are right. They have produce in their barns and then their warehouses, produce at one cost. Now, the market forces and then the indicators in the economy being managed by the president seem to have reduced the cost of their produce. And so they are complaining. On one hand, they are right. On the other hand, they should also give thumbs up to the Minister for Food and Agriculture and the government for managing the economy so well that the cost of produce has reduced, even though it's at a loss to the farmer. What they should be arguing for is the intervention that will be needed from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to buy their produce at the cost that they want. They think also will be reasonable enough to be able to offset their production cost. That should be the thrust of the argument. Okay, I get the perspective you're coming from. And Shahinaza Mustafa, wishing all the best for the day as well. He says that, well, the farmers have a concern, and I think that that concern should be looked at. And then this one is coming from ACP. Sefa says, you embezzle government money as a headmaster and you are dismissed, and now you are asking to be retained as a teacher. Consider the WAP reasoning and logic. Borrowing from Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, ACP.
You're trying to get a contest.
No, I think in relation to the Chief Justice.
Yeah, I got that too. Yes.
Say you embezzle government money as a headmaster and you are dismissed, and now you are asking to be renamed, retained as a headmaster. Consider the WAP. We'll see how that goes. So we have other comments also coming through as well. This one is coming from Ali Baba. He says, I'm a farmer. At the time that we were producing from the last farming season to this time, we bought fertilizer at a certain price, 500 Ghana cedis, 520, 550, depending on which part of the country you are in. Now we've produced the commodities, and you can clearly see that the prices of our products on the market have reduced. I don't think it is necessarily because of imports, but rather we have abundance of the products on the market. As a result of that, you have to reduce your price to be able to sell your produce. I feel sorry for myself as a farmer, but that is the reality. I appeal to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Minister, Eric Opoku, to intervene for us farmers who have our produce in our warehouses. We need help. Okay.
Yeah, the fertilizers, the prices of the fertilizers will have to be looked at to help them break even, at least, even if they are not making profit. But let's bring you this. The Ghana Premier League is home on TV3. Every week, TV3 gives you 3 live GPL matches. Now, the biggest games, the fiercest rivalries, and the brightest stars brought straight to your screens with world-class coverage. But that's not all. We set the stage with our GPL preview show, giving you the inside scoop and expert analysis. And when the final whistle blows, we keep you covered with our highlight and review programs, so you never miss a goal, a save, or a talking point. Well, for fans who love to stay connected on the go, we have reels and updates on social media. This is more than just coverage. This is TV3 positioning the Ghana Premier League as premium sports product. So mark your calendars, gather your friends, and join us this weekend for another unforgettable round of Ghana Premier League football, only on TV3, and it will be streamed also on 3FM 92.7. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, so again, we have cash out. It goes with the short code *439#. This is what you need to do to get on board. Choose option 2. Increase the number of tickets you have. Become one of those lucky winners. 10,000 Ghana cedis going out for you. And I tell you that when you win, you're all happy to the bank.
Yeah,
and
midweek.
Your bank certainly will be your account, mobile money account. That's where the money or your win will be credited. So make sure that you do that. And currently watching is Reina. Reina works with the Lands Commission. Says that today is the birthday of my husband, Andrew Reina of Snit Rich Towers. Happy birthday to you, my lovely husband. God crown your efforts with success. Your wife, Reina, and the girls. Hi, people, they chop love on a birthday. We have big issues next. Stay with us. Again, we told you that we're giving out 10,000 Ghana cedis, but it's all contingent on you because cash out is all by you. You increase the number of stakes you have, you become one of those lucky winners. And choose option 2. As I always say, Delight Mojaka, please make sure you choose option 2. Increase the number of tickets you have, become one of those lucky winners. As always. And once you do that, you will enjoy yourself because money will be credited into your mobile money accounts. Well, I was a bit unwell over the last 2 weeks, but seem to have recovered nicely. A bit still in the road to recovery. But let me say good morning to you, Professor Ali Nachia. He's a tax expert, he's also a legal practitioner as well. Wishing you all the best for the day. He's an ardent viewer of the show. And so, wish you all the best for the day. For those who tend to watch us, I'm just seeing that Musa Dankwa has released his latest poll. It says September, October 2025 National Tracking Poll Direction, etc. Musa Dankwa wants to shake the tables this morning. We'll see how that goes. All right. TV3 Ghana is always available for you. We're streaming there live. And as always, for those who tend to stream, we tend to acknowledge them. And so, gladly, I will just acknowledge a number of you who are watching us this morning so that I will introduce our guest for the morning. Prince Nani York is around, watching us from Albany, New York, United States of America, Trap Country. I have Kwesi Mensah. Charles Thompson is watching us from the UK. Inshiraba K. Ofori Samokate, I see you. Bright Tifo as well. And please make sure that you share the stream. I see Master Planner Jr. He's now a policy analyst. Zach, good morning to you. Abochi Samuel, watching from the UK. In fact, he wrote it there, watching from the UK. Abochi Samuel, good morning to you as well. Yemole Yemo, Manini Mani, all those who tend to be added viewer, please share the stream. Let's have some great conversation. We told you earlier on about what our discussions will be. You will know that the MPP convened a demonstration yesterday. And they were advocating a number of issues. They feel that their kind are being intimidated by the security apparatus, the IGP, etc. They also claim that the president is looking on, doing nothing about it, and they want action to be taken. All right? So please, we'll take a look at that. But the subject matter for also our first discussion will certainly be about the Chief Justice. And we now have the acting Chief Justice being nominated for a substantive role. What the Constitution says is for him to appear before the Appointments Committee of Parliament to be vetted. But already the removed Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Tokono, is still aggrieved. And subsequently, we've had some responses from the Attorney General as well. For all those who tend to watch our show, you would have been very much also in tune. And Lawyer Kakri Samoa is also watching from Ablekuma. Good morning to you, Lawyer Kakri Samoa. But let me just introduce our guest for the morning. I have Fred Agbenyo. Fred Agbenyo is a member of Parliament for the Guan constituency. Good morning to you, Fred. How are you?
Good morning, my brother. I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Great to see you.
I
love your green. That's, is it military green or Kakri green? I love the colors. I think I need to sew a kaftan like this. The color is nice.
Yeah, copy.
All right. And then I have Dr. Jebuntie Zato. Dr. Jebuntie Zato goes by the Christian name Joshua. He also contested for the MPP primaries for Sisala East. I'm sure he will go again to become the parliamentary candidate for the MPP for 2028. He's also here. Good morning to you, Dr. Jebuntie Zato. Yesterday, you made a post that you will survive when the flyer came out. I hope you're okay.
Good morning, Roland.
I missed you over the period.
And I'm glad you are back. You said you were not feeling well.
Yes,
Thank God for recovery.
yeah.
We pray that you continue to have good health.
Everybody got in touch with me except you. I hope I'm not your enemy.
No, I thought you were, you know, last time you traveled abroad and you didn't bring me anything, so I thought you had gone again. So
the whole of the year I haven't traveled abroad.
Okay.
It's not fair.
Thank you.
And the Magble, you're also watching us. Good morning to you. He's a professional accountant as well. Oh, and of course, the chief entrepreneur, transporter, transportpreneur, politician, is also here, advocate, chairman of the Common Sense family right here on TV3. And I have him here, Solomon Owusu. Solomon, good morning.
Good morning and good to be back. I mean, we thank God that you are healthy and fit to continue with the good job you've been doing.
You got in touch with me when I was unwell, and I'm grateful.
Yes,
I'm grateful.
Yes.
I think Dr. Zato needs to adopt that friendly style.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll learn and do better next time.
Someone who
I hope we don't get. I don't hope you get out
before we even come on set.
I don't.
He throws sabo before you come on set. I hope you will survive. You will not survive today.
But Fred, what do you make of the responses that seem to be coming from the Attorney General's department in response to the concerns that have been raised by the removed Chief Justice Tokonu? It looks like, look, she wants to remain a justice of the Supreme Court, even though she's been removed as the lead or presiding head of that institution.
Well, Roland, thank you very much. Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers, especially the good people of the Guan constituency, by whose privileged I'm representing them in Parliament. I thought some people have boycotted this platform, so I'm surprised to see a former aspirant sitting here and taking notes.
Dr. Zato is an astute member of the platform.
Is it a case that they cannot sanction him? Look,
please continue.
Who do you talk?
No fight today. No fight today. No fight.
I just want my friend to talk. Well, Ro, I think that I like the tenacity. I like the fighting spirit of the former Chief Justice. She's demonstrated that she's not a pushover. She's shown to all of us that she is capable of fighting for what she thinks belongs to her. And she has used every medium available to her to do that. She's even gone outside our, legal jurisprudence to try to seek redress outside of this country. Unfortunately, almost every place she has gone to, she hasn't been able to make a good case for herself. And she has always been dismissed. But she's still fighting. For me, it's a test of our democracy. It's a test of the document we call a constitution that all of us have agreed that we want to govern ourselves with. And so I'm not going to condemn her for that fight. I am not going to make any comments, that are not very palatable to her. It is good. It's a test of our democracy. So that is, I have no problem with it at all. What she has done, she has helped at least in setting some precedents and, helping people to know what it means when they really feel that, yes, they've not been treated fairly or something is not going in their way, to want to seek redress in the same court that she presides over and she represents. The only time I became a bit concerned, if not worried, was when she started raising concerns about the way and the manner the court that she was supposed to be the head of was treating her. She made a claim that she was not getting fair hearing, the process was not good and all that. Then I said to myself, it is good when all of us who, by the grace of God, have some privileged position in society, occasionally will have a taste of what the general public is going through. So that when we are given position of responsibility, we will put things appropriately. Some way, somehow, we think that the police cells or the prison is a prison for some group of people. Up until you leave your very high office, and then you find yourself at the wrong side of the law, and then you go to that place that either you thought was meant for some quote and quote, some riffraff, some people who don't matter, and then you are there. Then you realize that if I get the opportunity, let me maintain that place. Let me do it well, because it could also become my sleeping place one day. It serves as a lesson to all of us that even the Chief Justice of a republic or the Republic of Ghana can go through trial, go to the same system that she presided over, the system that she established, the system that she has been part of for all these many years. Ordinary people, when they go through it and they feel that they've not been treated fairly, they don't have any avenue to even vent out. They don't have anybody to tell. They keep it to themselves and they go in their homes. And so it is good that we are experiencing it. I think I've shared this experience before when I met one very, very senior police person who is on retirement, who had gone to his community and was coming back to Accra, driving his own car, old man, and he got to the police barrier. And the way the man at the police at the barrier treated him, it's like, so is that what ordinary people go through? I served in the police for my 35 years. So every day I was going on the road. At least I was either wearing my uniform or have my ID card, so I was treated differently. Now I'm faced with the reality of what people go through on our roads. And so I want to thank her, I want to encourage her and encourage all Ghanaians that the society is for all of us. We have made laws for ourselves. And if at any point in time you think that things are not going well, why not? You can do whatever you want to do. The Attorney General decision he has taken is a very simple decision. The former Chief Justice has gone to the High Court questioning why they have used the same process that has removed her as a Chief Justice to also remove her as a Justice of the Supreme Court. Now, the Attorney General has gone to the Supreme Court that has the power to interpret the Constitution, to go and interpret the constitutional provision. And as I was driving in, somebody sent me a text, and I think he summarized everything that we are discussing around this table. When he says, how can you be a headmaster of a secondary school? There are still items in the school, other food item, whatever it is. You are arrested, prosecuted, and sacked or dismissed as a headmaster. Then you said, okay, if you have removed me as a headmaster, I
want to be a teacher.
Allow me to be a teacher. You know, where's the logic? How do you pin it together? Right?
Why not?
Say that again.
Why not be a teacher?
No, but
because being a headmaster,
you must qualify to be a teacher to become a headmaster. And so you must have some qualifications. You must have some qualities. Do you understand? Before you are elevated to become a headmaster. Before you become a Chief Justice of the Republic, you are first and foremost what? A judge. Is that not the case? And there are things you are supposed to do and things you are not supposed to do. And so once you violate one of them, common reasoning will tell that it permeates true. And there have been several cases in the same Supreme Court, that has ruled in this same direction. Some of his colleagues have ruled in this same direction. And so, like I said, I cannot hold anything against her. She's just testing the law. Where we are now, I sincerely believe she's now history. As far as the Supreme Court is concerned, either as a justice or as a chief justice, if what we are saying today is anything to go by, I think it is almost, impossible for her to remain as a chief justice. But I'm aware that just yesterday, a new person has been nominated as the chief justice. I'm told, and let me congratulate Justice Bafo-Boni. He's about 69 years now. And so you have the opportunity of serving as a chief justice for at least 1 year. Once Parliament returns, I'm sure it will come before Parliament, it will come to the vetting. And once the vetting goes through, he will go and serve as the Chief Justice for the remaining years that he has on the bench. He has had a very illustrious career where he started from all these many years up unto this level. Very senior person on the bench now at the Supreme Court. And so he well deserved to be there. One of the things we have done, in this country is where we elevate genius above their seniors, either based on their political lineage and their political relationships and affiliations. Somebody by far a senior, full of experience and all that, is sidelined, and somebody far junior is put ahead of the person, and the juniors come on top, and either they see the seniors as threats, and so they completely sideline them. We are told about in some cases, where in some cases they were not even allowed to even sit on cases. All manner of things were happening in our Supreme Court. And this is one of the promises that we made to the people of this country that they bought into is the fact that we all agree as a nation that our country was not heading in the right direction, that things were not going on well, and that we're coming to reset the country. And Ghanaians bought into this. Ghanaians believe that indeed the nation deserves some resetting. We will not do that capriciously. We will not do that taking the law into our own hands. We will use the laws of the land to reset the entire system. A system that we can be proud of, a country that all of us can be proud of, to be members of or citizens of. And so that is exactly what we are doing. And in resetting a society, resetting a country, definitely some people become victims along the line. Some people become victims. It's a natural thing that will happen. Just like when you are weeding your farm, there are some trees that definitely must go down so you can have the opportunity to grow new trees. So you can't keep all the trees and all the grass on your farm. You have to cut some down. If you're a cocoa farmer, you would appreciate that a time comes when you have to do pruning. You cut some branches off, you remove some branches, so that the few that will remain can bear, fruits, useful fruits. And so we are resetting the country. The president is very committed to making sure that he will leave a nation that all of us can be proud in by the time he's finishing his work. And so we want to thank the Attorney General and the Attorney General's Department for the work they are doing. We want to thank the president. We want to thank everybody. It is Ghana we are governing. If anybody, so far, all the people have heard running commentaries about this whole Chief Justice issue, I haven't heard one who has said that we have done that outside of the provision of the Ghana's 1992 Constitution. We have applied the law strictly. We have used the law that the president won. It's just a conveyor belt. Somebody submits a petition to him. He hands over the petition to the Council of State. The Council of State establishes a prima facie. They bring him back to him. A committee is set up. The committee, the accused person appears for the committee. The committee submits their report, their recommendation to the president, and the president acts on that recommendation. It's as simple as ABCD. So the president didn't set out to do anything. He was busy thinking how to fix our roads, fix our schools, create employment for the young people. Then he received a petition from a Ghanaian citizen. And then, of course, he will refer to his Attorney General. This is what I've received. What do we do? You tell him, the Constitution says, Council of State must look at it. Once they have established a prima facie, and I'm told in the Council of State, we have former Chief Justice who serves on the Council of State. And all these persons definitely would have gone through the document and would have come to a conclusion that, yes, it merits further investigation. And that's exactly what they have done. I can only wish Madam Tokonu all the best in her future endeavors.
Dr. Sato, you look at the affidavit filed in opposition to what Justice Tokonu's legal team did file. One says that it should be dismissed outright, but at the end of the day, the arguments are being made that, well, she cannot remain on the court as a justice of the Supreme Court. I mean, basically that's that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Is it a matter of just infringing on a human right, or also not giving her the opportunity based on her competence and profession to practice as a justice of the Supreme Court, so to speak?
Yeah, thank you for... It could be all of those. Okay. It could be all of the above. But I'm glad I've just listened to my brother make certain points. And so before we get even to these answers, we must how did we get here? How did we arrive here to be taking this? And if you look at this whole caboodle, this whole Chief Justice things, it was taken right out of the playbook of one of the most celebrated political philosophers in history called Niccolo Machiavelli. This whole process has been Machiavellian right from the beginning of receiving the petition to end today.
It's a Machiavellian tactic?
Can be completely Machiavellian. Machiavelli has advised the prince, here the ruler, to do two main things. Machiavelli is a student of a strong leader, and he advised the prince on two main things, appearance and reality. Machiavelli has told the prince that you should appear to be virtuous. You should appear to be honest. You should appear to be truthful in your dealings. But in reality, Machiavelli has also told the prince that in reality, you should be ruthless. In reality, you should be cruel. And in reality, you should be unethical. He says that it is only when you marry these two things that you, the prince, you can achieve your objectives. Somebody, somewhere, has read has taken...
Zato, at what point in time you look at this relationship or juxtaposition of Machiavellian tactics, which we know by way of philosophy is largely steeped in manipulation, also self-serving strategies to achieve personal goals in many respects? Because, and who is the Machiavellian here?
Somebody somewhere sat down, read Machiavelli very well, and has applied it to perfection. The ultimate fruit is that now the governor has a chief justice in their image and a chief justice of their likings. So that is it's one of the best achievements, one of the biggest achievements of the 9-month NDC government so far. And I applaud them for that. It was a campaign promise, it was a campaign objective. It has been achieved in 9 months. Bravo. Thank you for that. Now, if you now come down to reality, people have also tried to express this thing as if it all now comes to the emoluments of the removed Chief Justice. That it is all about his interests. It's all about what you achieve. No, if you think that, then you are thinking is you are being lazy. This woman has forced us to confront questions that we never thought we would. First of all, almost every Ghanaian thought that it was difficult, almost impossible to remove a Chief Justice. At least that's what I thought. This process has told us that it's not impossible. It's one of the easiest and simplest things to do to remove a Chief Justice. So it's one thing we should know as a country. What do we do? Do we still continue the fact that to know that yes, it is that easy, it is that cheap, it's that simple to remove a Chief Justice? It's not ironclad. If the thinking now, we've come to realize that it is almost as easy to remove a co-equal arm of government as is anybody. That should let us think as our democracy, where do we go forward? Secondly, this woman has forced us to also do something. There were people who were saying that, look, she should just resign, take her benefits and go and sit home. She refused. And by refusing, she has broadened our legal or judicial jurisprudence. By removing, she has taught us a lot of things that we did not know. For instance, right now, this is a question that before us to ask. The Attorney General has written to the court, the Supreme Court, asking for interpretation. When I saw it, I was so happy. It means that this is something probably that the courts have never pronounced on. This is something that we didn't even know it existed. But now we're forced to do that. It means that she's also challenging us to think. She's also telling us, this fight she's fighting is not necessarily for her. It's for the next Chief Justice. This fight she's fighting is not necessarily for her. It is for the other people who will be appointed both to the court and also to be Chief Justices. She is helping us build our legal system. She's helping us build our jurisprudence. This woman, I've said it again, will be celebrated, should be celebrated. People will write books about this, will write books about how a co-equal arm of government was received. When they do that, they will say that this woman was not intimidated. She refused to be intimidated. She refused to be harassed. She fought for what she believed was right, and she's gotten here. So for me, I'm happy that this is happening. The Chief Justice nominee will be appointed. She will go. And this thing will remain as one of the biggest achievements of the current government, and it will also remain as a stain on the legacy of His Excellency the President.
How does that become an achievement of the current government?
Because the promise...
When processes of the Constitution in Article 146 were followed.
Good. Thank you. I like that.
Because we all know when you read Machiavelli very, very well, and by way of his traits, he's not only manipulative, he's self-centered. And I'm trying to relate that to the actions that have been taken in relation to the invocation of that article of the Constitution.
Let me explain.
You claim to achieve a self-serving end. And by whom?
Let me explain that very well. Joy FM has reported that there's currently a petition before... Joy FM. Joy News. I'm just saying it. Joy News has... There is a petition before the President of the Republic of Ghana to remove the EC checks. And the petitioners have actually had them. It's documented. They submitted this petition in January.
Who do you have evidence to that?
Yes, I just quoted. I just cited a major news outline, Joy News.
Even me, I'm prepared to submit one.
They have reported that.
Please don't interject.
They have submitted a report, a petition to the president to remove the EC checks. They have documented that. They have sent it. It is 9 months now. If we say the president is just a conveyor belt, if we say the president has absolutely no choice in this, if we say the president does this, if you receive a permission, you send the right.
Do you think the president had a choice in this?
Why? No. Just let me land here. Why hasn't the president forwarded that petition to the Chief Justice yet? The petition to remove the EC checks. Where is that petition?
Do you have evidence, Dr. Joshua Zebuntie Dato?
Jebuntie Zato.
Apart from a news report you're citing today, that the president has received a petition to remove the Electoral Commission chair of Ghana.
I'm citing a credible news.
I understand. We are also equally credible. And I'm asking. On this table, you don't have. Please don't cite that. Let's end this conversation. Let's not start a flame. That's fine. Let it remain there.
We have sent a petition to the president.
Please end for me. Dr. Joshua,
the narrative we are getting
Jebuntie Zato, end for me.
The narrative that we are getting that the president was just saying yes. It makes it look like the president has no discretion. In receiving these two petitions, one to remove the Chief Justice, the other to receive EC chairs, the president has demonstrated that he has at least a 9-month discretion.
Do you have evidence that the president has received...
The news report says that he has received it.
So you are quoting the news report?
I'm quoting the joint report. And so if he has received vote petition, decided to expedite one, that's discretion. Decided to throw one away or hide one and wait for 9 months, that's another discretion. So yes, even though the process might be just legal, we have seen that there's a lot of room for discretion there. And the way you express that discretion shows your bias.
You mean the way you exercise that
discretion shows your bias.
But Dr. Jabunti Zato, we've had an EC boss removed here in Ghana before.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right. We have also on the stream Dr. Martin Pebu. Dr. Martin Pebu, good morning. Lawyer Martin Pebu, sorry I called you a PhD holder. Lawyer Martin Pebu.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah,
morning.
I was adding more accolades to your title. Yes, I was adding more accolades to your title, PhD.
Thank you.
I apologize for that.
It will come someday. Yeah.
It will come, eh? It means it's in the offing.
That's right. Yeah.
It's in the offing. All right. Congratulations to you in advance. Before your PhD graduation happens. But in the meantime, because I see that you don't have time, I'd wanted Solo to react, but I'll leave that for him so that we can get for you. Look, how practicable, and then also by way of precedence, as we have it within our jurisprudence, is it possible that for any argument to be made or canvassed, that the removed Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokonu, could still practice as a member of the Supreme Court and not necessarily the presiding?
It's a zero chance.
Zero?
Zero chance. There's absolutely a zero. There's absolutely no chance. Anybody who makes such an argument is being farcical. It's a joke. It's the most, hilarious joke I've ever seen. Listen, let's do it this way. By Article 128, etc., a justice of a Supreme Court has to have integrity and not be involved in moral turpitude. They think that 367,000 Ghana cedis were lost because Justice Tokonu signed for per diem for husband and then daughter, and the tickets are a joke. You know how many millions of citizens don't earn up to even 100,000 Ghana cedis the whole year? There are millions and millions and millions and millions of our citizens who don't earn 100,000 cedis the whole year. So when a Chief Justice takes such money for her daughter, when a Chief Justice takes, that's a $10,000, it's more than 100,000 Ghana. When a Chief Justice takes $6,000 for her husband, which is more than 60,000 Ghana, etc., don't call that a joke. When a Chief Justice also allows the daughter to travel with her, when it is not part of Article 71, conditions of service of the Chief Justice, it is not a joke. Huge constitutional breach. When a Chief Justice allows the husband to travel on the public purse, which is not allowed under Article 71, that is not a joke. It's a huge breach of the Constitution. Let's stop kidding ourselves. You see, those who are pushing this argument that she can go and serve on the Supreme Court. You see, unfortunately, what they're doing is that because they keep pushing the argument too far, then we are forced to make arguments that we erode totally, okay, or leave next to nothing the integrity and moral turpitude of the Chief Justice. This thing should stop. It's as if we are in a banana republic. Anybody comes and just wants to say anything. It's not a joke. You know, you look at the millions of citizens who wake up, go to work every day, the whole year, they don't get 100,000. You take this in $10,000, which at the lowest will be 105,000. And if you look at the time, 2023, that was happening. You know, in the year 2023, we had the dollar not less than 13 Ghana. So you had 14, etc. You take such huge sums of money to give your daughter. You take such huge sums of money to give your husband. You take such huge sums of money to get business class ticket for your daughter, tickets for your husband, and somebody comes to say, oh, this is a joke. Please, 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 let's stop that. Rather, with every day that we keep discussing this topic, then it is the integrity of the Chief Justice that is being eroded. The more this topic is being discussed, and the more even you raise public anger. Is that how the Chief Justice behaved with our public purse? That's why I said, this, if we are not careful, you even do it, somebody will take the criminal aspect of this case on. Because it's a crime as well, abuse of public office. Check the Act 29, using public office for private gain. That's corruption. Corruption. So please, this thing, you see, I appreciate devil's advocate, but not this type of thing. Which court in this country or anywhere in this world will allow a Chief Justice who has taken our money and used it anyhow like this to continue in office as a Supreme Court judge? Why? What kind of logic is this? Please, let's stop. When you push the argument, you are just rather creating more trouble and eroding the integrity of the Chief Justice, because the more we discuss it, and then the more the ordinary citizens also engage in the conversation, then the more it becomes clear that our public purse has just been used anyhow. Like they say, Oga de chopam nyafu nyafu nyafu.
Oga de what?
Chopam nyafu nyafu nyafu. Look, Oga de chopam nyafu nyafu.
Oga de chopam nyafu nyafu?
Yes.
I see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. But if that is the position you hold, and you seem to be trumpeting this very consistently, then does it mean that the response in opposition to that affidavit by the Attorney General seems to be in the right state or posture?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Attorney General, if it is the one we saw yesterday night, what the Attorney General is saying is that what the Chief Justice wants in the High Court cannot be done. It will involve a constitutional interpretation. So if that is so, the High Court judge should refer the matter to the Supreme Court, because when it comes to interpretation of the Constitution, it is the Supreme Court that has that mandate, and it's exclusive. The rest of the courts don't interpret. Interpret means give meaning. But rather, what the rest of the courts do is that when the provision is very clear, that's the part of the Constitution in contention. When it is very clear, or where the Supreme Court has given many interpretations on that provision, which has made it clear, then the smaller courts will apply it. Yes, when I say smaller, the High Court is smaller, relative to the Supreme Court. But by all means, the High Court is a big court. But when it comes to relativity, it is small compared to the Supreme Court. Okay. So the point is that what Justice Tokonu is looking for, we had said it, that no, it cannot be done in the High Court. She essentially wants an interpretation of the Constitution, and that interpretation can only be done in the Supreme Court. So it's good that Justice Remsai, the Deputy Attorney General, has applied to the High Court. So now the High Court most probably will agree and then refer that part of the case to the Supreme Court. So that means after some months, you see that the people will now, that's the Justice Tokonu and her lawyers, and then the Attorney General would then appear in the Supreme Court, because the High Court would have made the order that that part, interpretation, should go to the Supreme Court. Then they will appear in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will go through the processes and then give a ruling. Then based upon it, then they will return back to the High Court and use what the Supreme Court has said to dispose of the case. Okay. So that's the right thing. Okay. But please, let's stop this thing. Look, the way we are pushing this argument that nothing was done, these are trifles, please. Please, it tells you that we are not serious about protecting the public purse. There is a case, the Abronye DC versus Attorney General, and then Dafia Mepo versus Attorney General. That is a case in which this Abronye DC went to court that presidential spouses, that's the First Lady and Second Lady, should not be paid any allowances, etc., from the consolidated fund. And the Supreme Court said yes. And it was Justice Tokonu who was leading. You see, because the argument is that, and that's right, under Article 71, when you open to 71, you not see the terms and conditions. But what you see is that it makes provision for a committee to be set up to propose terms and conditions. Then the president would accept or reject those terms.
Okay.
Now, under Article 71, through it, we've had the Professor Miranda Greenstreet report, yes, suggesting making proposal for emoluments, conditions of service of MPs, etc. And then that. Then from there, even if not in a certain order, we had the Irama Ade, also a professor at University of Ghana. Irama Ade report, Professor Irama Ade. Then we had the Buando report, also another professor. All of them, is a coincidence that they are all female professors, right? So we've had all these reports. The point is that these reports that were made pursuant to Article 71, they don't give any chance for a Chief Justice to take money for her husband or take money for her daughter, etc. That is it. So it's a constitutional breach. So please, those saying that this is trifle, it was just done on political lines or it was just political witch hunt. Sorry, if the Chief Justice hadn't done those, would there have been grounds to remove her? I mean, I can, so the main thing is that if the Chief Justice hadn't breached the rules, would the petitioners have found grounds to go to the president and then the president through the Council of State, etc., for the committee to be set up?
Martin Kpebu, thank you very much for your own, again, explanation to what you have observed so far. Martin Kpebu, a.k.a. Ogadi Chopam Nyafu this morning. Wishing you all the best for the day. But it's quite interesting how he takes the narrative and then also explains it. But at the end of the day, we have... she's still sitting on the Council of State, abstaining from the voting, we're told, but again has made public commentary in that instructive interaction with Joseph Akable. And we're talking about Justice Sophia Kufu, who says that, trivialities, this one is small matter, looking at the office in itself. And she's looking at the broader context of the office and the kind of example or precedent, as they say it in law, that is set for us as a republic, as a political or democratic dispensation. And so that even canvasses fortuitously this argument that she could still remain in the Supreme Court, so to speak.
Roland, let me begin by reminding the Office of the Special Prosecutor that the petition that I sent to him concerning the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I'm keenly awaiting the response of it.
What's in the petition?
He is saying that he bought or he donated more than 300 pickups, brand new pickups to the MPP campaign. I am keenly following it. And to those of you who are there threatening my life, let me assure you that I will follow this petition to its logical conclusion.
Your life has been threatened?
Oh, a lot of them, but it's funny. They don't know me. You see, the mere fact that you have a very funny face, when you move, that's not mean you are stubborn than anybody. Are you with me? So the Office of the Special Prosecutor must not dilly-dally with this petition. It is so dear and it goes to the core of our democracy. If we will be able to deal with the issues of monetization, then this forms the foundation of it. Secondly, you spoke about Madame Sophia Ekufu.
Because she canvassed a position.
I'm happy to announce to you also that she will be the next person that I will petition to be removed from the Council of State.
Why?
Breaching of oath of secrecy. What she has done is so dangerous, it must never be encouraged in this country. And I'm serving notice to her that I will go after her. We need to rid this country of such people. She has occupied the position of the Chief Justice of this country before. If you go to the Council of State, she is in charge of the legal, constitutional, and petitions. Committee, she has it. Every petition that goes to the Council of State, it goes to her first. She took part in the consultation with the president to establish the prima facie case. You knew all the issues surrounding it. How on earth would you then turn and go back to the committee?
Oh, so are you saying former Chief Justice I am telling you, it cannot canvass the position that she has because of the institution she has served all her life, and then also gain credibility for, ultimately heading.
So there is something called collective responsibility. She's a member of the Council of State. Are you with me? If you are a member of Council of State, took part in the consultation, and you didn't even vote, you abstained. That shows how insincere she is. If she really believed that indeed what was happening was wrong, she would have voted no. Abstinence does not mean you do not agree. Abstinence could be you agree, but you don't want to hurt the feelings of the person affected because, as it were, both of you went same secondary school, Wesley girls. And so, old guys, that could be you have occupied the position before. I am also, she has also occupied the position. And so, I don't want to offend the position. Because she's a woman, feminist, what's the feminist action or what?
Feminism.
Feminism. That is understood. But you cannot shortchange your position as a member of the Council of State for this. So I'm going to petition. And let's test the laws of the land. So that is what I will say in the interim. Let's come back. Roland, it's good that you are not dead, I'm not dead. You were right here, you were the one asking us the questions, me and then Zato and other panelists, about this Chief Justice. You remember my position right from the beginning. When I saw the 20 little stars of the MPP who were misleading this woman, I said, no, if for nothing I came from the womb of a woman, I will not allow her to be misled. She thought some of us were against her.
What do you mean by she was being misled?
Right from the beginning, the evidence suggested that she has misbehaved. Are we not talking about 337,000 Ghana cedis being per diems and so on, given to the daughter and the husband? What else do you need? In any case, Article 146 says that a justice of the Superior Court, mind you, a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for what? Stated misbehavior. On what basis was she removed? And those lawyers that want to throw dust into people's eyes. No semantics.
Well, so Kufu says that it's trivia.
Which one is the trivia? That our 337,000 was dissipated just like that is trivia. Somebody is in jail because of 10 cities. They have been jailing people. They shouldn't annoy the people of this country. You know the ordeal we go through in the hands of these judges? When you go to court, they are like gauze. Even when your phone rings, you can find yourself in prison. You go and do this, and you have judges. And interesting, not Sophia Kufu alone. Nene Megache also came there. How much is it? Are you kidding me?
Well, it's for the institution, the institution of the Chief Justice.
Which institution of the Chief Justice?
The office of the Chief Justice.
So that office makes her a saint. She must be above all this. In fact, we must not hear of misappropriation of even a city. A city. Let alone what? 337,000. And they don't know shame. They are going about defending this. If I were her, I would stop this. The only thing she has succeeded in doing is to always occupy our televisions. And we'll be discussing it. That is all to it.
What do you think that she could have done? You claim that of course, we're sitting here, you were claiming that you were advising her at the time.
She disgraced two prominent people in this country.
What was the intention?
She disgraced two people of this country when the matter got heated. Two elderly men, prominent people in this country, and for now, I don't have their permissions to mention their names.
You would have?
I would have. I don't have. For strange reasons, I'll hold on. They intervene. That, look, resign amicably and go. All that she's doing is about bread and butter. Her entitlement is what she's fighting for. Nothing else, nothing more. How can you be removed as the Chief Justice and still think that you want to be on the bench? You have been removed as a Chief Justice and you were only a Chief Justice by virtue of being on the bench. And you say still you want to be a judge at the Supreme Court. And how do you even cooperate or work with the people that you have bastardized their integrity? Is she not going to be destructive? So she knows she's gone, but she has to put up a fight so that there will be some sympathies for her to get a sympathy. That's why she went to the ECOWAS court. Have you forgotten? ECOWAS court, she is demanding $10 million. Now we hear about Machiavellian rule, Machiavellian. What is this? Can you explain to us where the Machiavellian is coming from? Now, I'm not asking you.
Put off your mic. Hold on.
No.
Please.
I have taken it back. I don't want you to come in.
It's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes comments are made in rhetoric. Yes. So
why do you want to take advantage of this?
In order for us to maintain the sanity of the discussion on the table. So when rhetorics are made or rhetorical comments are made, let's make sure they stay at that. Dr. Joshua Jabuntiezat, do I have your cooperation?
Yes.
Very good. Please continue.
I hope you cooperate. And so, there is nothing semblance of Machiavellianism or whatever in this matter.
Machiavellian?
Machiavellian.
It was well planned?
Who planned it?
Orchestrated?
First of all,
calculated?
The first petition went to the president during the tenure of Nana Akufo-Addo. Remember Professor Kwankwaza?
That's right.
He catalogued a number of issues, including unilaterally appointing judges to the Supreme Court bench, nominating. The president did not see it credible to refer them or establish a prima facie case, so it was dismissed. In fact, President Akufo-Addo was more concerned about why Professor Kwankwaza allowed the petition to leak. And he was even scanning through the laws of this land to imprison him. That was his pleasure. Now, Daniel Ofori, together with others, now we are talking about Daniel Ofori, goes to petitions. And the matter is referred to the Council of State. A prima facie case is established. A committee is formed. The Chief Justice or the removed Chief Justice appeared before that committee with her lawyers, 4 lawyers, calls a lot of witnesses, presents evidence, and at the end of the case, it was established that yes, you traveled with your daughter and your husband when they were not supposed to be part of it. You were supposed to go with your security. A mere poor security man who get a visa in his passport, receive per year. You denied that security man. You denied him, and you are talking about being treated unfairly. No, excuse our French. If you are gone, you are gone. People must manner. You see, truth is a bitter pill, but when you serve it, you are okay. Nobody must play the emotional cards. Today, you see people showing she's praying. Hey, we have seen things. So Roland, the case that have been sent to the High Court is nothing short of a joke. I don't know why the attorney, he has to waste his time to even go to the Supreme Court, because it's already determined. If you read the JQ, it is there, black and white, and the analogy people gave, that how can you be removed, I think it was Fred that gave, removed as a headmaster and still think that you are a teacher. You have been removed as a headmaster, so let me be a teacher. When you know very well that the only reason that you can be removed as a Chief Justice is misbehavior, incompetence, or infirmity. Based on what was she removed? Was it not a misbehavior? What can you use to remove a justice of the Supreme Court? It's not misbehavior. So is there a different misbehavior for a Chief Justice or a different misbehavior for a justice? So she is a goner. We got to move on. And I want to congratulate the newly appointed Chief Justice. He must go there very...
He's been nominated.
Nominated. Oh, he will go through. I mean, it's a travesty of justice. The senior most. Bafuboni, because he did not side with the MPP in the 2012, what do you call it? Election petition. Somebody thought that he was anti-MPP. When he was doing his bidding for the people of this country, every judge must bear in mind that they are serving the people of this country and not the shrimps and caprices of political parties.
Justice Paul Bafuboni.
Yes, he has to be treated that way. And it's painful that you will spend only a year as the Chief Justice of this. That was a travesty of justice. If people are demonstrating, that is what they must be demonstrating against, that the lives of Bafuboni will not be treated that.
Now, as we wrap up, just let me give you 2 minutes on that, because we want to look at the grievances of the MPP as they embarked on that demonstration. Just 2 minutes on this. So, there are concerns that posterity is not going to judge the president, the current Council of State, fairly in relation to the subject matter. 2 minutes.
Roland, how much is the cost of a goat in this country today? How much is the cost of one goat?
Goat?
Yes.
What has that got to do with this?
Some justices were removed from office for collecting a goat.
You're talking about the ANAS investigations,
yes.
And
a
the
goat.
aftermath.
How much is the cost of a goat? In some cases, less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. The judges who are speaking for this woman, the former justice who are speaking for this woman, I think we need to go back and investigate them when they were in office. To think that over 300,000 Ghana cedis is nothing, and so they should allow the woman to stay. Please suppose that when they were in office, they might have done things that are worse than this.
You can't make those assumptions.
Oh, yes, assumption. And that's why I'm saying that we need to go and investigate them. Yes. We need to go and investigate what is it that the former Chief Justice did when she was in office. Because for her to think that 370,000 Ghana cedis is no money, and consider the office that the woman is occupying, we should just allow her to go. You sit there and wear your, what do they call it? The collar. And then you sentence people 5 years, 20 years for stealing plantain, for stealing a goat. And then you think that you are an angel from heaven. You are above the laws of this country. And so when it's your turn, you should be treated with kid looks. Is that the point? As for me, as I said from the very beginning,
I said posterity. The comments, the
yeah,
concerns.
Of course, President Mahama posterity has always judged him. And he has always to be vindicated. And I know he'll be vindicated again. Now, my good friend, the elephant in him this morning rose again. That he has heard on a radio station that Sunny Post submitted a petition to President Mahama for the removal of the electoral commissioners. And how come the president didn't forward that petition when he received it? And so it's exercise some discretion. So we can come and sit on this table right now because we had a news item on radio or television. That becomes the facts. That becomes the truth. Well, we know in this country, under your watch.
He's quoting a news report. He's entitled to quote a news report.
Has he investigated that further? You ever ask him, do you have any other further proof? So, because I'm going to start on this TV right now to make a statement. Somebody has picked out there as 100% facts. Your president, President Akufo-Addo, who told us that he is just a conveyor belt. When they submitted a petition to him toward the removal of Charlotte Osei, the petitioner didn't sign the petition. They didn't date it. They went out there to fish for the people. They coach them, guide them on what to do. Meanwhile, the same president received other petitions and he threw it away. Have you forgotten so soon? Let me assure you, and let me tell you, in case you want to know.
Fred, wrap up for me.
If there is any wrongdoing in electoral commission, for which the commissioners must be brought to justice, they will surely come for justice. And the people of SAR, Sandogo Fiakpafu Lolobi, that the electoral commissioner use a personal discretion to deny us opportunity of representation in the 8th Parliament, we are going to petition the president and go for a head.
Fred, are you insinuating that you are aware of a petition to...
I am saying we are going to do it. I am going to do it for the people of SAR. We are Ghanaians. And the Constitution of the people of Ghana gives us the right to have representation. She sat in the office, used a pen to issue a fiat and deny that opportunity. And it is not enough grounds for her to be removed from office. For those 4 years, do you know the things that we lost as a people? Sandro Akpafu, Lolobi, and Likpe people.
Sandro Kofi, Akpafu,
Lolobi, and Likpe. Do you know the things that we lost? Sal. And you think she must remain in office? You think that if we submit the petition to the president and they didn't act on the petition, we will take even the president to court. Yes.
Does that...
So we are preparing. So if that's your fear, don't worry about it at all.
It justifies your position,
God,
right?
Let me just land. Okay. Thank God, gradually we are resetting. The Supreme Court and rest are being set well. Once we have finished the resetting, they also go. So don't worry about it. Whether you have heard the news on Joy FM, on Tokuro FM, wherever you heard it, I am here to confirm to you that we are submitting a petition to the president for the removal of the commissioners. So just bear that in mind.
Okay. Dr. Zato, then I withdraw my question to you then. It seems to be confirming that there's a number or petition.
Thank you. Now, I just want to...
So it justifies your position that is orchestrated?
I will come to that. But the first thing is that I just want to say something. The last time a failed presidential candidate was petitioned and investigated by the OSP, the OSP cleared the person, and that person ended up winning the next election. That's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The last time a former presidential candidate, a failed president, was investigated by the OSP and vindicated, cleared, he went on to win the general election.
I don't understand you.
Right now, the OSP has been called upon to investigate another failed former presidential candidate. Coming events I see cast their shadows. It also shows, it's supposed to show that he too will become the next president of the Republic of Ghana.
Dr. Zato, I don't understand what you're saying. What are you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating, I'm stating facts.
Okay.
One, somewhere in 2020, His Excellency President John Mahama lost the last election. He came second.
Who?
After President Mahama. Okay. He came second.
For the Airbus, this thing.
Then he was, the OSP was petitioned to investigate him. The OSP went ahead,
on the Airbus, okay,
investigated him and cleared him. He became the president of Ghana in the next election. Today, some people have petitioned the OSP.
No, Solomon has petitioned the OSP. On Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Together with who?
Abu Bakman and Abu Bakman.
Okay. The big three.
Yes.
Okay.
To also investigate the man who lost the 2024 election, the man who came second.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
So I see coming events casting their shadows. And I'm making a logical analogy that based on
I
that
don't
too,
understand.
I
Dr. Mahmoud
foresee
Bawumia
him,
hasn't gone through the primaries yet.
I'm making
an analogy.
And that's my analogy. Okay. That I foresee that he too, having been going through this grill, I foresee good things coming his way, and I foresee the gods of the land aligning in his favor, and I foresee him becoming the next president of the Republic of Ghana and being sworn in January 2029. I see that because he too has demonstrated that he's clean, he's honest, his integrity is intact, his ideas are impactful, and they are helping millions of Ghanaians. The decisions and policies implemented have brought a lot of people out of poverty and are making them beneficiaries and meaningful players in the economy today. He has changed lives, and those lives will help making the president in 2029. Secondly, the second point, yes, the second point I want to make is that at least when I made this point, I was told that listen, it is perfect even in academia to cite credible news sources to support your point. So if I'm quoting a credible news plot, I am doing it because it is allowed. Secondly, we have not demonstrated. You see, that's the people want to make it's a straight jacket thing. Oh, the president has no discretion, but we have just established that he has. That he received a petition in January. That petition is still gathering dust. Why hasn't he submitted that petition to move them? So if we are saying that the president has no choice, it's wrong. Anybody who says the president has no choice in this matter is being lazy, insincere, or disingenuous. He has. And we've just seen it. 2 petitions received. He decided to act very fast and very quick on one. The other one, I won't say he threw it away. The other one, nobody knows what it is. When you see this reaction,
which one? Which the other one?
The one that is supposed to remove the EC chairs. When you see this happen, that is Machiavellian.
Who is the petition?
I don't know. The petition was sent to him. We've acknowledged that, we've known that it is there. And people are Googling. And by now, if it was not true, somebody would have said that there's no petition like somebody would have said, I know people are Googling, they are watching. It has shown. So when you see those things, the alacrity and the speed in which they work to remove this woman, juxtaposed with the tortoise space or the lack of recognition of this other petition, it tells you that whole process was Machiavelli on steroids. That whole process was a political plan, clothed under legal leges to remove this woman. It has happened, and you've gotten the Chief Justice of your liking of your mate. I wish the government very well, and I wish the new Chief Justice, because look, as I say, if it comes to personal,
you say it is Machiavellian under Machiavellian. Under what?
It's Machiavelli on steroids.
Machiavelli.
Because Machiavelli,
I know about the author and the philosopher. So Machiavelli on what?
On steroids.
On steroids. All right.
So we have just been told that the last time a presidential candidate
you have 2 minutes.
Yes, was sent to the OSP, the person ultimately became the president in the next elections, forgetting that in the 2020 elections, John Mahama had 47.4%, as against Nana Akufo-Addo's 51.3%.
I don't understand.
It was very close.
What does that got to do with it?
The person that have petitioned, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, that is yet to be their candidate anyway.
DMB?
The DMB that they say Akanaipe is now in the region of 41.74%.
41.74%.
So these are not comparable.
And then GM got
47.4%. So contrary to the Akana in this instance, GM was doing about Aka 2.7. You understand?
Okay, so we have Aka 9.
Aka 9 and Aka 2.7. So these are distinct features. But in any case, you have been preaching against corruption in our body politic. I am only helping you. I have not manufactured any statement or any petition anywhere. I have only asked the OSP to go and find out from the vice president, the former vice president, who meticulously gave an information that he single-handedly donated more than 300 brand new Navara pickups that is valued about $18 million. So I don't know where the difficulty is. You must be applauding me. In fact, if you Google on various platforms, they say he's the biggest liar. I am giving him an opportunity to clear his name, that indeed truth stands as you believe in. Truth must stand always. So where lies the difficulty with it? You said it. I didn't force you. He was not being interviewed by any journalist or any TV station. He himself willingly gave us this information, so he must answer. To crown it, the Chief Justice must now understand that we have a country or a nation to govern or to run. It is gone, long gone. She missed an opportunity to right the wrongs. Now that it has been settled, I don't see how she's going to, as it were, make any headway in the courts. And nobody must delude itself that the courts are not working. If the courts are not working, then it means it is the Chief Justice, the removed Chief Justice, who did not manage the court well. If she managed the court very well, it will be good for all of us. Nobody following the Chief Justice must be complaining about the court, because this is the court that she led.
I see. The MPP, they gathered their supporters yesterday on. So the president is intimidating them. I mean, they cite examples of Abronye. There's the chairman of the Ashanti region for the party, etc. And generally, issues of Galamsey also came up, etc. They see the atmosphere is very stifling, and it's all supervised by the president, John Dramani Mahama. What's your response to that?
Well, I think that the MP should thank God every day that they have President Mahama as the president of the Republic of Ghana. You know, it's their best luck. It's the best thing that's happened to them. I don't know what it would have been like if any other person were to be the president. You know, they have a man that respects the rule of law. They have a man that will not go after his political opponents for nothing. And so, what else can we expect when they say things like this and they do things like this? You know, there is a culture in MPP that sometimes hurts me so much. The sense of superiority complex, right? Sense of superiority complex. They think of themselves and see themselves that they are more Ghanaian, they are more human beings. They think that they should be treated differently from other Ghanaians. And it hurts me so much.
How do you mean?
I don't know how they came by that.
How do you mean, Fred?
No, that has always been the posturing. That has always been that if we want to chronicle the things that MPP did, Nanado's 8 years in office, the things NDC functionaries went through in this country, they should be the last to be talking. They should be the last to even open their mouths. They should be the last. But you see, they think that they are superhuman beings. They think that they should be treated differently. They can handle anybody and deal with anybody the way they want. But when it's about them, it should be different. Thank God for rule of law. And thank God for the Constitution of Ghana. This police service that today they are complaining about, the Ghana Police Service, or they are forgotten so soon. Now they are crying. They are screaming. What is anybody doing to them in the first place?
Abronye.
What happened to Abronye? That the police. Why? So,
is this Obama?
So if you are an MPP person and you are involved in wrongdoing because you are an MPP person, the law must not work. The police must not work. Yoko must not work. What's the name? Like the state security must not work because an MPP person is involved. Is what they are telling us. The only thing, and my advice to Chief Justice, the IGP, next time don't put yourself to that situation. You have several lieutenants that are working under you. You have no business stepping down from your office to say you're going to collect that petition from them. To allow them to speak to you the way they did. You could have sent any of your officers, any of your lieutenants to go and collect the petition from them. Because when the man has graciously shown you respect, descended from his office to come and receive the petition, the least you can do is to show him respect and speak to him with some decency. But play the tape back and listen to the way the gentleman spoke to him, to the IGP of the country.
You mean Abronye?
The one who spoke to him, the one who submitted that petition. Go and play the tape and look at the portrait and everything. Say? You understand? Disrespected a man in his face directly, calling him names, right in his face. I don't know why the IGP decided that he was the one who came to pick the distance. You know, Ghana is a very interesting country, really. The MPP now can organize a demonstration, 8 months in opposition, complaining, shouting and screaming. MPP, God have mercy on Ghana.
But they are the biggest opposition political party. And Dr. Jabunti Zato, I didn't see you there, so I was wondering.
But you guys are an MPP member.
Oh, please.
They have boycotted this platform. No, I'm serious about this. They have boycotted this platform. But every day you are here, they cannot even call you to honor.
Fred. Dr. Zato,
don't get DPA this morning.
What do you make of...
Calm down.
No, please.
Let him calm down.
No, please. Dr. Jabunti Zato, what do you make of the concerns that may raised by the MPP especially for which they undertook this demonstration or protest?
Thank you very much. Last week or something last 2 weeks, Imani Ghana, one of the leading think tanks in this country, released a report. The conclusion of the report is that the goodwill that the NDC was enjoying has been dissipated.
Wait, the protest was because of the Imani report?
I want to set the must, and that's why I'm quoting very valid. They said the goodwill the NDC enjoying has been dissipated, is gone by Ghanaians. And it was the fastest erosion of goodwill by any government. Now, in comparative terms, September 2017, by this time, free HSS was on full swing. The government was on cloud 9. It has dissipated. And Imani gave a number of reasons why this goodwill has completely dissipated. I just want to go through, I just want to mention 2 of them. We've discussed. One is that removal of Chief Justice and concern over interference in judicial independence. The second one is what we are talking about now, selective justice. These things help. That's by the Imani report, it's not my report, that these things have helped contribute to the complete dissipation of the goodwill of the government. They mentioned selective justice, so I want to go through that one. But in the Ablekuma by-elections, we actually saw people harm, beat, and knock a woman down. It was captured on TV.
They were prosecuted.
Yeah.
Did you follow the prosecution?
I never saw those prosecutions. I never saw it.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm saying, I never saw it. 2.
They were prosecuted. There's been a report to that.
In Equatia, we saw the first national Chief Azoka threaten the lives of the minority leader in parliament. We saw him say that I will kill you. We've seen the minority leader petition the chief, the police and other things.
Did he say you kill him?
Nothing happened. The police came out with a statement that had invited Chief Azoka this time. And at the same time...
Azoka said the comments he made, or his utterances against the 3rd vice chair of the MPP, couldn't have been even more grievous than the slapping by the minority or minority leader against the police.
He threatened the life of Honorable Afenyo Macken. And Honorable Afenyo Macken has come out to say that, and it is captured on TV. This is the point. The police said that they have arrested him or he was charged. At the same time, there was video showing him sitting in his base in Tamale enjoying. I don't know which is which to believe. Whether it is true that he was arrested, he was charged. And so far, we have not been given any update on Chief Azoka. Then there is Honorable Samuel Jemfi, the CEO of Gold Board, and the current or the sitting communications director of the MPP. If you go there, there's video of Honorable Samuel Jemfi asking God, invoking God to kill President Akufo-Addo. There's video of him invoking God to kill Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They are also human beings.
You mean the
previous ones, yes. Okay. Under the code, nobody arrested Samuel Jemfi because of that. Nobody denied him bail because of that. Nobody left it so much so that every person who has even ever seen a law court or this and has come out to condemn what they did to Abronia because of what he said. But nobody, absolutely nobody arrested Samuel Jemfi. That is the selective justice you are talking about. Somebody called Fanti Comedy said something. He was denied bail and later
did he say? Or what did the viewers say on his
Obama or Pokwa said the morning he was arrested, I was here. And I remember speaking about this. He posted a picture.
That morning.
And it has been demonstrated that he was not the originator of that video. He was taken to jail, to police custody and stuff like that. He's telling stories and Samuel Abronia. The question then I ask is, how come? Is it by coincidence that the Ablekuma people, Chief Azoka and Samuel Jemfi, it so just happens that nothing happens to them. That instead of they all happen to be members of the NDC. Meanwhile, all these people happen to be members of the opposition. When you do this, when you use when you weaponize the cohesive forces of the state, and when you selectively use it on political opponents, you are engaging in eroding our civil liberties. You are engaging in destroying this beautiful democracy we have. You are threatening free speech. And I'm saying that, look, whatever goes around comes around. Today, if you have chosen to abuse and misuse coercive power, so these people that were marching, they were marching to defend our liberties. They were marching to safeguard free speech. They were marching to tell the whole world, to put the ideas that power is fleeting. You have the power to do it. And so for me, the idea that we can sit here and a key political analyst, you are trying to trivialize these issues. That's what's happened. Look, the current Attorney General, when MPP was in power,
bring him water.
Oh no, he's don't do
no,
that.
man, you bring him water.
Okay, so Dr. Saibu Gariba received the petition on behalf of the IGP. The two of you, please. And then Sami Jemfi, I think it was a chanting of a song during the protest.
Surprise. Yes. Sami, now is your headache.
Okay.
Sami James your head.
No, it's okay.
Sami is serving under Ghana.
Yes.
Solo, you observe the protest, the
Yes.
concerns they raise, etc. What's your own observation so far?
So let me begin by saying that I heard Zato say Imani gives out why the government is losing is what
popularity.
Popularity.
Or honeymoon.
Honeymoon. If there is any reason why this government is losing any popularity, then it's inability to arrest.
It's true.
The corrupt,
it's true.
The thieves, the criminals who are parading, who some of whom I saw walking bravely to the police.
That's true.
This government, their nemesis is from corruption. Their inability to deal with the corrupt officials of the Eswal administration. That is their own problem. And this is why they don't need me. I, together with my leader, Mr. Alata, we are waiting patiently. They are lucky it's not Allah who is in power.
If it was President...
Jesus Christ of the Bana, every day, all of them are going to the independence, paying the money there, openly. You'll be paying the money like... And from there, you go to Samu. But it's away for those stuff, sorry for this. So that is the only reason why, if this government or this administration is losing its popularity.
So you're saying that it's the government's own doing, that it's not pursuing its oral.
Absolutely.
The MPP has morphed.
Go on the street. Go on the street. The concern of the ordinary Ghanaian is that why are you not prosecuting the thieves? Why are you not going after them? We have seen the National Service, the Scholarship Secretariat, the NPA, the National Cathedral. In fact, they got the nerve. Ken Ofurata is not even in this country. When was the last time they spoke about Ken Ofurata?
They got the nerve?
Nerve. And so why wouldn't they behave like this? You have given them the tools to be misbehaving. What has happened to Wuntumi? Walking about brazenly. He even wants to be your national chairman. What happened yesterday was nothing about organizing a group of people. They went and convinced the people that they were doing what we call in Tampe demonstration.
How did you come to this?
Do you know in Tampe? Read. They went to circle, got the trotro mates, and convinced them that we want...
the hawkers?
Yes, and most of them were the trotro mates and the hawkers.
Oh, so low.
Now with the trotro mates, they convinced them that they want to go and demonstrate that so that they will legalize weed and red. So they should join. That was the main reason why the boy joined. Didn't you hear the boy saying that we are tired, you are arresting us, you are every time we are smoking, you come and arrest us. Didn't you hear it? Now with the hawkers, they just told them that they were going to have a meeting to find a place for them to be living. So you heard a young lady say, oh, they just came to tell us, oh, we are only going to have a meeting. And we have been working since morning. That was what they did. And we saw people smoking openly. They were not ashamed of that. If I were the police administration, this morning I'll be arresting the leadership of all those that organized the demonstration.
No, but we had key leaders of the MPP leading the demonstration.
No, who are the key? That's why they have to be arrested. So you organize people just for them to come and showcase how they can smoke. You remember the Joseph by-election? You remember an elderly woman, almost 80 years, came to tell us that when the MPP got to town, the only thing they brought them was weed. I thought that was for a Joseph alone. They have extended that business to Accra.
But what about the concerns they are raising?
What concerns?
The atmosphere is...
What concerns?
There's intimidation.
Which intimidation?
There's arrest of key members of the...
Does it not surprise you? Does it not surprise you? The demonstration they had. Look at the number of police. The very police that they claim were intimidating them were the ones providing security. More than 100 of them. And they were even misbehaving. The police that you claim were intimidating you were the ones providing security. And because they have packed money, they have money to be demonstrated to protect themselves. That is why they can spend. These demonstrations don't come cheap. You have to mobilize people. You have to buy weed. You have to buy red. You have to buy a petition. You have to give them money. That is what they did. Where did they get the money? Because their party itself has complained.
They have leaders of the party who led the demonstration.
But the party itself has come to complain to you that they don't have money. It's the reason why they are charging each aspirant 4.6 million. Is that not the case? So where did they get the money to organize this demonstration? Because they have got it, they are afraid. They want to put the fear of God into this administration and the police so that they do not go after them. That is why they did this demonstration. But I want to assure this government that if they do not remain focused and remind themselves constantly, daily, why the people of Ghana gave them that overwhelming endorsement, they will be fooling themselves. Oral was a key issue. You cannot allow people to be flaunting stolen wealth in our faces. Every day, when the ordinary Ghanaian suffers. The young ones that were part of the demonstration, they were complaining about unemployment. If you have stolen all the monies available, how would they get jobs? So in other words, they were rather demonstrating against the MPP government that has stolen their life. So why would you trust such a demonstration? It was nothing to write home about. And they were so indisciplined, disorganized. At a point, this one didn't know whether to go this direction or that direction.
No, they had a direction. That's how come they converged formally in front of...
At the police station, my men were there. Total confusion. You claim the demonstration was organized by the youth wing. How come the organizer was the one who was addressing? The youth wing, don't they have the youth leader? How come the Nabi was the one addressing...
He's a leader of the parties.
Leader of who? You claim it was organized by the youth wing. This organization. Because they are not being truthful. Because they know that this government has been so lenient to them. Because they know the amount of money they have stolen that up to date. They are working freely. Another Easter is coming. They will go and chill. The first Easter, I've told this government, if you allow them to spend 4 Easters out of this, they will finish the money. So there are some in their pocket. Go after it.
I asked you a question about the main reasons why they demonstrate. They claim the environment is stifled. There have been arrests of Abronye, etc.
Abronye.
Is there argument in that or no?
There is no argument. Let me tell you. Abronye and his matters are before the court. That is the case. He should go and prove his innocence. It's as simple as that. All of us go to police station. They are not above the laws of the land.
Say Obama Pokwase.
Say Obama who?
Say Obama Pokwase.
Fancy comedy. You together with young man growing up, together with ladies, were happy and were calling that the president should die. Your president. Where has politics got into? Where has our politics? You remember the Zoom meeting that they did? Threatening the president. Yes. When you do this, it's against the laws. You see, the laws of the land does not.
Should have died.
You will not be arrested for insulting anybody.
How is that?
But you cannot threaten the life of a certain president. You cannot do that. And when that guy was released from cells, the former flag bearer of the MPP hugged him, embraced him, endorsing their cynical behavior. Is that the way a leader is supposed? Someone that wants to lead this country, you want to teach the people. Hey, then when you, in an unlikely event, you become the president, then you can't contain us. Then you have to change us into his own. Because then you would have endorsed this silly act. So we will play back your words for you.
So you are claiming that the law is just working?
The law is working. We must all operate within. You see, if there is any problem, the police is a creature. It's a creature of an act of parliament. Is that not the case? You had parliamentarians. At least I saw John Daku. He is a member of parliament. He is a lawyer. You could hold the IGP to parliament to come and explain matters because they are doing politics, and this administration is not falling for it. So Ghanaians know why we voted for this. Unfortunately, you didn't vote for Alan. If you had, but now people will be smelling pepper in this country.
So President Alan John Kujocha,
the law would have worked. By now, people will be paying the money.
Right.
Like, by now,
they are paying. No.
Me, we don't know. Me, I don't know how much they are paid. By now, Keroforeta, he's where? Look, go to National Scholarship Secretariat. Go and see how they have dissipated resources there. The man is sitting at the what? Parliament. Making laws for me. Me neighbor. Me neighbor. Challenge this morning, fair one.
Anyway, so I have a couple of comments before I end. Thank you, gentlemen, for passing through. And then also lawyer Martin Pebu as well. Thank you for the latest update. This one is coming from New Digni Atukwekwe. Please tell Solomon that no evil shall come near him. I heard him saying that he's being threatened.
Oh, they are threatening everywhere, but you see,
his enemies shall fail and fall into their own trap. His truth and boldness certainly will make him live long. They are threatening you, eh? Threatening you. And then we have Prince Nani Ayok says, I watched the short videos of the demonstration, but couldn't find any protester who claimed to be intimidated in any of the videos. Only people unaware of the protest purpose. The police provided protection throughout the event. The Jubilee House, a security zone 8 years ago, has now become a place where petitions are accepted. All I can say is that God bless our homeland Ghana. But again, we are watching keenly on oral. So, Lord, take heart. If the end of 2025 no show, we know what to do. And this one is coming from Ralph from Akuse. He says that per Dr. Zato's analogy, then we're going to have this. He's misleading. In fact, some of his students are in limbo. He should remember that Dr. Bawumia was not a former president when he contested. Ode Upio John Dramani Mahama was a sitting president and a former president when he contested the 2016 and 2020 elections respectively, unlike Dr. Bawumia. But I think he talked about candidates. His word was candidate.
That analogy is flawed.
Osai Boatin says that the protests are in lieu of intimidation tactics being adopted by this government. And that is why the concern is being raised that the president is using the arms of government, the security forces, to intimidate MPP members and their assigns. Alfred Kojo-Treadle says that it is quite interesting. The MPP organizing a demonstration, only 8 months in the NDC administration, led by John Dramani Mahama. They should know that they haven't seen anything yet. And then Godwin Bafa, good morning to you, says, we have, Kwame Wadako, who is coming in strongly. All right, so that's his comment as well. And the Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst says the youth wing operates under the office of the organizer. So if Nanabi addresses the public, it is in order. Mr. Solomon also doesn't know the party structures well. They say you don't know the party structure. No wonder
he talking about?
He left with pains and is bleeding now. Pains.
But I thought you about TV3.
Money need money. Solo, you are right. If NDC doesn't prosecute these criminals, they will lose massively. You say money need money. For all those who sent our messages, we're grateful. And thank you, gentlemen, as well. Dr. Zato, Fred Agbanyo, Member of Parliament, and then, of course, Solomon also. Wishing you all the best for the day. But look, if you want to look smart and fashionable, make sure that you visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Now, Woodin is offering amazing collection of authentic African fabrics, all ready to wear, and all coming in beautiful designs, varieties, colors for all sexes, both men and women. So with Woodin, you get to be creative and versatile with your designs. You also get to be confident. You also get to show off how truly African you are in Woodin. So you have to make sure you go to any Woodin boutique near you today and choose from their variety of trendy products, all in a bid to complement your unique style. So follow them across social media. Just go search for Woodin Fashion, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, among others. Well, we have cash out. Make sure that you cash out with the short code *439#. Choose option 2. Increase the number of tickets you have. Become one of those lucky winners as always. When we do that, and you know that certainly you become lucky. Let me say good morning to you. The MD for the Tema Oil Refinery, Edmond Combat, as well as Alhaji Jibril of National Security. Wishing you all the best for the day. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you all the latest sports headlines. Stay with us.